Hey, y'all get in here. Oh, get in here, please. We got to talk. We got to talk. We got to talk, child. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here. Get in here, please. We have got to talk. Honey, y'all know we come back as the gossip permits, and the gossip is permitting today. So y'all saw some of the news. Y'all saw Simon done been deported. ICE had him for some months now. Well, ICE has released him and shot him back across the world, honey. He's over in Nigeria. He done been sent. I'm assuming he's already gone, or maybe he waiting on his plane. But yep, they deporting him. He got to go. So we got to discuss what that might mean for Porsha with her upcoming court date, because I think her court date is like in the next week or so or whatever. But yeah, him gone. So yeah, we got to talk about that. And the noise online, because it's kind of split now. Like at first it was everybody Porsha, and now some people like, well, he kind of did this to himself. So we got to talk about that. And a few other things, quite a few other things actually, because the gossip kind of just came raining down at the same time, and we ain't got no choice but to address it, and so we will. Okay, so look, let me greet who's in here, and then let's get down to what's going on. All right, I probably need to make sure we ain't left nobody over on YouTube either. Those of you who are in Discord, see, y'all know I keep telling y'all, listen, if y'all don't get notifications, make sure you're in Discord, because Discord always gets the notification when I'm going live. Okay, Quiet Storm, hey, thank you for being number 2. Beautiful Bianca is here. The head archangel is in the chat telling y'all happy Tuesday. Okay, welcome to the porch and all that jazz. All right, glad to see you now. She's telling y'all to get your snacks. Be for real. Hit your snacks. Hit the like button. Don't forget your engagement button on the bottom right-hand side. The circle with the heart emoji. Tap it. Send the bubbles up. So, y'all know I'm sensitive. So please hit the bubbles. Hey, Trina Taylor, thank you for being number 3, girl. Glad you're here, sweet beloved. Thank you for also hitting that button at the same time. Our good sister, Magaline Lamar, is in the house. All right. Who got them sinuses, girl? Y'all, sinuses ain't no joke. They nasty. They are nasty business, and don't nobody want no sinus trouble. Nobody. Hey, U.S. Army Brad, how you doing, girl? Thank you for being number 7. I appreciate it. D Crazy, the amazing DS is here. Hey, girl, thank you for being number 8, y'all. She is here to run the reflection corner. So don't be surprised if you get tapped with a 7, 9, 11, 17-second violation, because y'all be real crazy in here. Hey, Aries Diva 84, how you doing, girl? Aries Sun, oh, both of my Aries girls in here. She number 10. How you doing? Cherise, girl, where you been? Thank you for being number 12. We missed you too. It's been too long. I'm so happy to see you. Tandra, hey girl, how you doing? Good to see you. Happy Tuesday. Thankful Life, she number 10. Hey boo, how are you? So glad to see you. Miss Niecy's number 19. Hello, doll. How you doing? All right, Mama's Peanut is here. She is number 19. Thank you. Who else we got? Auntie Eva, we glad you made it. Thank you for being number 21. I tapped it and turned it right off. Good to see you. All right, Too Adorable with your crazy self. Hey, girl, thank you for being 24. Miss Kaiser Sose is in the house. Hey, boo, how are you? Good to see you. She said, shout out to DHS. What's DHS? Oh, you talking about ICE? I know that's right. Yeah, I was laughing, too, when I heard that they went ahead and shot him up out of here. Like, let's be real. Y'all, it wasn't no secret they was going to deport him. Y'all knew it wasn't no secret. Hey, Sweet Tea, thank you for being 27. Yes, there is a corner today. The corner was suspended for one night only. In the words of the Dream Girls, one night only, one night only. We right back to being sweet, honey. Right back to being sweet. So they've been working, child. The federal government ain't for the weak right now. I heard I got more than a couple of homegirls that work for the feds, honey. Some of them, them positions are no longer there. Some of them have had to be moved and shifted around. Some of them were given severance and they're having to kind of like transition into other spots. So I know it's real at the moment. It's very real at the moment. Hold on. Let's make sure that we haven't lost anybody on the Instagram. Hold on. Thankful life. How you doing, girl? It's so good to see you. I'm glad y'all here. So look, those of you who are on Instagram, please, please, please come over to YouTube. Get out of Instagram, come over to YouTube. So look, we got to cover Simon Guobadia's deportation. And this for y'all too, just to kind of give y'all the synopsis. Hey, cool gamer. Good to see you. Always cool, always in the building. Good to see you. Okay, and we got the head moderator moderating on Instagram too. This lady is for it. She be on top of everything. All right. Dantrell, hey boo. Hometown in the house. RMS, hey girl. Good to see you. Love you, sis. Glad to see you. So listen, so we gotta cover Simon's deportation because it's hilarious. We gotta cover what's going on at this Diddy trial because they're not giving us the RICO, but they giving us the gossip. Now y'all know it's a Jane Doe out there that's testifying or whatever. Everybody assume we know who it is. Hey girl, come on over to YouTube, brown girl. We all figure we know who it is, and y'all know we think it's Daphne Joy, and I do too. I'm one of the we who thinks it's Daphne Joy. So we got to talk about some of the stuff she done said on the stand. Also, we got to cover this after show that the RHOA ladies is doing, all of the ones that's on the cast. And quite frankly, Phaedra and Porsha, they being fake as hell. So we got to cover them and they fakery. And the fact that they now all of a sudden they backpedaling. What they said on the show, now they saying something different in front of this girl, Brit. And we got to talk about it because they being extra phony. And for what? Marlo Hampton doing interviews saying funny stuff. And I feel like she dropping hints. So we're going to get into that. We got a couple of honorable mentions and we're going to handle them. Y'all know how we do the honorable mentions. And for those of you who are fragile or you got a weak heart, keep your bottle of aspirin real close. You know, your 81 milligrams, because Sherry Shepherd, she about to get it again. She about to get it again. Okay, I'm warning you ahead of time. So we got some real quick, some honorable mentions. And Sherry Shepherd, we're going to spin the block and tap her again because we tapped her the first time that she did that crap with Megan. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to tap her again. We're going to tap her again. Okay, so I'm going to end the Instagram. Y'all come over to YouTube because we're going to gossip over there, not over here. Over there, not over here. Right? So listen, come over to YouTube. I will see you guys there. If you catch this particular live on Instagram, we probably still gonna be live, so come on over. Okay, YouTube, the channel is my name. I see you there. Bye. I'm saying back to the wrong screen. Okay, so I want to make sure we got everybody so y'all know what we getting into. Hey Tracy Lashley, girl, thank you for being number 32. Okay, so look, okay, so boom, we got to talk about what's happening. Okay, what y'all want to cover first? I think, well, you know what? Let's just talk. Let's go ahead and cover Simon and his mess first, right? So let's go ahead and pull up the article from Us Weekly because Us Weekly reported it. Let's pull up Us Weekly's article. Let's do that first. And then we're going to get on over to Phaedra and Porsha being fake because I guess that's just what they do. And the real quick from Marlo. And then we're going to get into what's going on with Puffy and this Jane Doe that we all believe, and we're most likely right, is Daphne Joy. Like, I think we can all agree that we know that that's who the hell that is. So we're going to talk about that too. When in Rome, hey boo, would I ever do a symmetrical bob? You know what? Years ago, when my face was a lot slimmer, you know, now that I got grandma cheeks, no. When I was a lot slimmer, I did a bob for a little while. I want to say that was like 97, something like that. Thank you, boo. I'm so glad to see you. Make sure you hit that like button now. Hey, Creepy. How you doing, girl? Hey, Awa. Greetings. Anel. Hey, girl. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure I got bubbles. Matter of fact, let me look and make sure I got the like button and the bubbles. Hold on. Because, you know, some of y'all will treat me real bad. Don't treat me bad. Don't treat me so bad. Hold on. Okay, I see my bubbles. Okay. So it's 20 people sitting in my house that don't like me. If you don't like me, leave. If you sitting in here, I need you to hit the like button, please, and thank you. Because y'all know we can go do a Duolingo. We'll be up in here learning Chinese. Y'all know how I act. Y'all know how I act. If we can't hit the like button and we just in here, it's just us hens and we having us a good old hen section, we cackling and gossiping, y'all can hit that like button. Ooh, child, my gray was showing. Why y'all let my gray show and didn't tell me? I might be old, but I ain't got to show all the gray. Good Lord. But yeah, hit the like button. Sharice, tell them, because I'm telling y'all going to be up in here on Duolingo. Y'all know we have been in here and ended up on Duolingo before. Y'all know we ended up on Duolingo quite a few times about that like button. So please hit the like button. Unless you just feel like you need another Chinese lesson, let me know. Because I don't mind. Because I'm getting better at this. I think I'm on, let me see what unit I'm on. So I can give y'all my progress. Now, those of y'all who were in Discord, I had, what did I do? I think I showed y'all my Hanzi, like I was practicing my writing and stuff of the characters. And I ain't do that good, but I did okay. So my score for Chinese right now is 23. I'm almost at 24. So I've been trying real hard. So if y'all don't want to hit the like button, then I can just focus on, my Chinese, and y'all can help me get more fluent, right? Yay. Instead of saying welcome, I can say Wan Ying Guan Ling. Yeah, I don't mind. I hit mine when I'm ready, Auntie. Wait, I hit it when I'm ready, Auntie. I hit it when I'm ready. You so crazy. Hey, makeup addict. Okay, so y'all, so let's share the screen. Let's get into this article from Us Weekly about Simon Guobadia's deportation. Because he gone. All right. Tell them again, when you walk in somebody's house, hitting the like button is like speaking. Don't walk in the house and don't say, hey, don't do that. Hey, Vicious, thank you for being like number 42. All right, so dig. Hold on. Here you go. And let me try to make it as big as possible. As big as possible. There you go. Hey, Seanitra Howell. Hey, girl. Thank you for being number 44. Child. We got to cover it when they do some stuff. We got to deal with them. Hold on. Y'all, StreamYard is acting weird. Okay, so I need to go down here. Yeah. Aries Diva say, oh yeah, fam, I forgot to tell y'all to let y'all know my goddaughter is over in Paris, so pray for her. Yes, we will definitely pray for her safe return, girl. Definitely. I hope she's having fun and being safe, okay? Because we love for our babies to experience new things, but we do want our little girls to come back in one piece and safely. We don't play about our girls over here on this porch, honey. We do not play about our girls at all, not even remotely. Okay, so let's get into it, child. This is what's going on. This was the headline in Us Weekly this morning. Okay. This morning when I rose, love. All right, RHOA star Porsha Williams' ex-husband Simon Guobadia released from ICE detention, deported back to Nigeria. He's gone back to Niger. Bye, Simon. All right, so this is their article. We're going to read what they got to say, and then we're going to say what we got to say, because I know y'all got opinions, and I do too. So they say Porsha Williams' estranged husband, Simon Guobadia, was released from ICE custody and deported back to his home country after spending months at the detention center. Us Weekly can exclusively report Guobadia's friend and business partner, Ty Savet, tells us that the Nigerian-born businessman was sent back on a flight a couple days ago. Okay, so they got the story today, but he been gone for 2 days, y'all. They said a couple days ago. So he already back. I'm sure he's unpacked his bags. Put a little gas in the generator to make sure he keep his electricity running, because y'all know NEPA be acting a fool over there. He's been back for at least 2 days, a couple days ago. Now, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security website no longer lists Guobadia as being in their system. Us Weekly also obtained a selfie taken by Simon on Monday, June 9th, which was yesterday. Savet, which is his business partner, said Guobadia, 61. They need to stop saying 61. Y'all, okay, please let me know if I'm the crazy one. I could be, because y'all know I'm iffy. I'm iffy. Y'all know I be on a teeter-totter. All right. Hey, Cassie G, thank you for being 45. I be on a teeter-totter. But put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember them saying that man was 60-something when Fallon first came on the show. Put a 1 in the chat if y'all remember them saying, remember Toyota Forever was clowning her about the 1. Put the 1 in the chat if y'all remember what I remember, because I remember that very clearly. Very clearly, actually. Trina say more like 81. That's how I feel, Trina. It's giving more like 81. Makeup Eddie, thank you for the 1 that you put in the chat. So listen, say he was in good spirits after a tough experience at the detention center, which was the first time he'd ever been behind bars. Wait a minute. Didn't we find out that Simon had a criminal record? Now I see the ones, right? Should we say more like 65? Yeah, I think he closer to 70. He ain't no 61. Now maybe one of his fake IDs say 61, because we found out he got multiple IDs and multiple identities. So which one is 61? Lord Awa say 61 is his American age. Okay, something ain't right. He ain't telling the truth. But get this. So I'm just so confused. This man, no, he got a criminal record. Now we got to put a different number in the chat. Put a 7 in the chat if y'all remember Simon having a criminal record. Didn't we find out he had a criminal record like from the 80s and the 90s and stuff? He done been in trouble with the law before. He had a whole criminal record. Why now are they telling Us Weekly this is his first time behind bars? This is clearly not his first time being locked up. Thank y'all for the 7s, because I'm like, am I losing it, or are they just lying through their teeth over here? So Savet, which is the partner, Simon business partner, is saying that Guobadia is not mad at President Donald Trump. For what? Trump ain't told you to break over here illegally, and would like a sit down with him. Like Trump gonna sit down with you. You ain't got enough money to sit down with that man. Please stop. Guobadia and his team, hold on, launched a new business where they will be selling shirts that help people in ICE custody. Lord, y'all, Simon trying to scam and make money out of people being locked up in ICE custody, child. Back in February, Williams X was taken to, why y'all keep calling him Williams X? His name is Simon Guobadia. His identity is not tied to Porsha, no matter how hard he tries. Back in February, Simon was taken to the Stewart Detention Center in Lumpkin, Georgia, about 2 hours outside of Atlanta, as part of the government's mass deportation efforts. Guobadia moved to the U.S. Hold on. Guobadia moved to the United States back in 1982. Okay. But reportedly overstayed his visa, left the country, but came back and overstayed a second time. You see how they trying to clean that up? He didn't leave and come back and overstay the second time. Remember, he got deported and then he came back illegally, okay, with a different name. Oh, that was later. Okay, so he left eventually, came back a second time, they saying, overstayed a second time. Then they said he got deported. When he got deported was in 1992. So you done been deported. You know you wasn't even supposed to be here in 1992. But then that's when he snuck back and claimed he was granted permanent residency the same year when he used an undisclosed identity. Child, then you didn't get no permanent residency. Your fake name got permanent residency. Okay. He attempted to gain citizenship over the years, but was shut down each time. Now, Williams, which is Porsha, filed for divorce from Simon February of 2024 after 15 months of marriage. Oh, that's longer than I thought. I thought he was only married for a year, but apparently it was 15 months or a year and 3 months. The exes went back and forth for months over Williams' request for exclusive use of the marital home. The judge sided with Williams and ordered that she could live in the home until the final decision is reached in the divorce. Okay. The exes are set to face off at a divorce hearing later this week. I knew it was coming up soon. Okay. And Guobadia being allowed to appear via video during his deportation. The reality star and her ex are fighting over the prenuptial agreement they signed before they walked down the aisle in November 2022. The hearing has been postponed several times, partly due to Guobadia's detention. After he was taken into custody, Guobadia asked for the hearing to be postponed to allow him to attend. How was you going to attend? They're not finna let you stay here. So his lawyer was arguing that the motion to enforce the prenuptial agreement is a substantive motion that requires findings of fact by this court. The outcome of the motion will also have substantial effect on how the remainder of the divorce case proceeds, as it may be dispositive of some of the issues and result in litigation on others. The judge granted Guobadia's motion to reschedule the hearing for June 11th. So that's tomorrow. The order instructed ICE agents to transport Guobadia to the hearing if he was not released. So now he back across the water. He gonna have to show up via video. Okay. Now, for her part, Porsha filed a motion requesting for a video. Y'all remember that when we first found that out? Now, the RHOA star's lawyer told the court, Porsha is a well-known reality TV personality, a career in which last-minute travel and unexpected opportunities frequently arise. So that's why she was vying for video court proceedings in the first place. He continued that Porsha shows that her employment opportunity would help offset the numerous financial obligations that Simon has failed to maintain under the temporary order. So apparently the stuff under the temporary order, he wasn't even paying it like he was supposed to, and I'm not surprised. As well as offset the significant legal expenses Porsha has already incurred in enforcement of the parties' prenup and defending herself against Guobadia as it relates to the instant divorce action. Porsha shows that her request for the virtual appearance is made in good faith and reflects balancing of her professional obligations and the serious nature of these proceedings, not a desire to delay or further complicate the instant litigation. Okay, and the judge has yet to rule. Well, y'all, what the judge rules. Honestly, I think it's safe to say it don't matter what the judge rules. So see, here's the thing. This is the thing, right? Even say, so he's trying to take, what he's trying to take, is he trying to take from Porsha? No, what he's doing is they have a prenup that's in place. He agreed to it, she agreed to it. She wants to stick to the prenup. He wants to break the prenup. And I don't think he's trying to take, but the things that he guaranteed that she would have a right to or be entitled to upon divorce, he doesn't want her to have those things. I guess because she went and filed it and he couldn't control how it went down. Things like he agreed that she could stay in that house for 2 years after a divorce, and then he wanted her out of the house. And it's like, you signed that. So the judge told her you could stay there until we rule on it. And that's what he's fighting, is stuff like that. The stuff that he agreed to, because prenups are not just to make sure everybody leave with their own money. A lot of times there's things that's written into prenups. People have even written in stuff about sexual contact and weight limits and all type of weird stuff can be in a prenup. Cherise say my workplace smell that fraud a mile away. Okay. You work for the people. You work for the people, Cherise. But This the thing. He messed up really bad. Sadly mistaken say he missed wanting to be a celebrity, messed up wanting to be a celebrity. He should have stayed under the radar and just continued to be a sugar daddy. That's what he should have did. All right, girl. Say, oh, he gonna have a hard time breaking that. He definitely is. He definitely is. So let's talk about it. So, first, the stuff on social media, right? So a lot of the people on social media, y'all know when he first got picked up, one of the first things everybody went to saying was, oh, Porsha wrong, Porsha got that man picked up. Y'all remember when we found out what really had went on, which was, my throat is really sore. It got better, now it's trying to get raspy again. Y'all hear that? Can y'all hear that? Anyway, we found out what really happened, which was Porsha was trying to get video proceedings for the court, remember? And then she said he fought that. He wanted to go in person. He did not want video proceedings. And so then they was trying to, get the judge to rule on that too. Whether they could do video proceedings or not do video proceedings, right? Well, the problem came from he wanted to go in person. He was insisting on going in person. Well, then your butt got picked up. So now it's not even an issue of whether the judge is going to rule whether he can come in person or not, because now you're not here. Now you cannot legally be here. And if y'all remember, we covered the fact that the judge had already made his lawyers fill out papers to the fact that saying if he's still in ICE, that the agents would bring him from the detention center to the courthouse, because he was not going to delay it again. So if the judge is not going to delay it again and their court date is tomorrow, guess what? Guess how they're going to end up doing it? Guess how they're going to end up doing it? On video. The same thing he was fighting that he could have just let go. It don't make no sense. He wanted to fight that. He did not want to let the girl do a video or whatever. Then we see, according to Us Weekly, what Porsha's lawyers are telling Us Weekly, they were basically saying that she was asking for video. She was asking for video because she say with her job, she have to go places or whatever. So basically, it's given she didn't want to have to sit in Atlanta. If she needed to be somewhere else, she wanted the freedom to log into court and not have to be in one actual physical place in order to be there for her court date, which I can kind of get. But he wanted to be difficult because y'all know Simon was mad that Porsha was the only woman that divorced him and didn't get thrown out on the street. Because y'all remember before he married her, it was like, oh, I got a moving truck on speed dial and this and that. Yeah, all that slick talk didn't help you, because that girl had you sign that prenup that she could stay in that house for 2 years after y'all split. So, like I said, some people are like, oh, Porsha did him wrong. Karma gonna get her, blah, blah, blah. And then there's other people that's like, he got himself. Like some of y'all saying, why did he go on Bravo and try to be a reality TV star and you're not legal? Like, was he thinking if he became a reality TV star in his imagination that they was going to let him what? If you become a reality TV star, then what happens? Did he think that was going to guarantee him citizenship? Look what happened to Teresa Gorga's husband. Was is not? Yes, is she? I don't know what, Teresa from New Jersey. When he got out of jail, he didn't have his citizenship stuff right. They deported him and they didn't want to hear it. You being a reality TV personality will not help you. It will not help you at all. So I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, that's very stupid. Yep, sadly mistaken, he said it. Move was on speed dial. Yep, he said that. Yep, Teresa Giudice. That's what I'm talking about. So look, the other thing that I saw, which was funny, and it was only a couple people saying this, right? So they was talking about the fact that, like we just read, that he left one time before because he came the first time back in 82 and he overstayed his visa. He broke the law. So he's a habitual line stepper. He broke the law. He left, came back, broke the law again, got deported because he overstayed the second time, broke the law. He got deported in 1992. He snuck back in with a fake ID. And they said he had permanent citizenship with the fake name. And instead of him laying low, you want to go and be all on TV. Now, you was being known all around Atlanta with your lounges and your restaurants. That should have been enough. The fact that you got a petroleum business, you was making good money with the lounges, the restaurants, and the petroleum business. Why was that not enough? Why did you need to be on television? That was stupid. You've been here scamming, flim-flamming, breaking the law since 1982. You have applied for citizenship severally, and you keep being denied. And you go get on television. How stupid is that? And so I saw somebody saying, wait. What y'all crazy stuff said? He had the movers on speed dial, but ICE called his number. And I guess he had to answer. Honey, because he's gone. He is gone. Sharice said, child, that link I put detailed all his scamming and breaking the laws. Where you put it, Sharice? Send it to me. Are you in Discord? Put it in Discord or my Instagram. It's scrolling on the screen right there. Hit me on the Instagram, the email, or the Discord. Give it to me. I want all of it. Please. I would love to have it. Because if it's in the chat, I can't see it. Dang, I need that because I surely want to know all his details. Where can I get it? Where can I get the link? Sharice? Yep, he is incapable of being a law-abiding citizen. He simply cannot do it. Oh, thank you, Reese. So we're going to go on and pull this up while we talking about it. We're going to go and pull this up too. Dang, Simon. Bring back our Simon. That horse called ice on him. I don't care. I'm not one of them people. If you here illegally, I want you to be deported. Like, I legit don't care who you are. I don't care who you're related to. I don't care how many children you have over here. I don't care if your old granny is over here. If you are here illegally, I want you deported. I think it's hilarious. Personally, I'm gonna just tell y'all that up front. I'm not one of them political people that's like, oh, free the people. No. Because, right? We can't go nowhere in the world, move into somebody's country, have no paperwork, and they let us stay. They're not going to do it. And right here in this country, as Black folks, if we break the law, they're going to put us in jail. So if you're over here in this country where we have to obey the law and we are like hyper policed, every little thing we do is criminalized. No. If you're over here illegally, I'm perfectly fine with you being deported. Now, I ain't running around trying to pick you up, but I can't say if you piss me off, I won't call them people on you. If I know your papers ain't right. It just is what it is. It simply is what it is. I don't care. I don't. Nope. Because them same people that come over here illegally, guess who they dislike the most? Black Americans. Yeah. They dislike us the most. So I don't care what happened. Why were you breaking the law? Ain't that what y'all say when the police shoot people that look like our sons and brothers and uncles and stuff? Shouldn't have been breaking the law. Yep, they treat Americans real nasty, especially if you're a Black American. They treat us super nasty. So I don't care. Let us not forget, Simon had people in his comment section on Instagram calling us Akatas, and he was making slick comments about Black Americans. So why do I care? Why does it matter to me? Make me no difference. Nigeria is a lovely place. He can eat all kinds of wonderful food. He can go to all kind of parties, honey. He can still travel to Dubai. I hope he still got the house in Costa Rica. He can still go there. You just can't come here. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Going home ain't no punishment. How is going home punishment? That's your house. If somebody tell me right now to go back to Ocala, that ain't no punishment. All I'm gonna do is roll past Nancy, get me some peanuts with some neck bones and boiled eggs and shrimp and stuff in it. I'm gonna go by Miss Green and get an oxtail plate. I'm gonna stop by the Big Apple on Thursday and get me a dinner with the turkey wings and the dressing. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my shoes off, wait till Saturday, get me some smoked mullet. Might ride down to Orlando, hit the Magic Mall. You can't punish me by sending me home. How is that punishment? People be acting like somebody telling you to go home, you gonna cry. What you crying for? Go home. Lord Tamika Gabo, hey girl, she said, can my child's father also be deported? If his papers ain't no good, call them people. See if Tom Home and them can help him out. You know what? When in Rome is crazy. What this got to do? I love this crazy girl. But for real, I don't understand it. When I say I don't understand it, I don't understand it. I'm never going to get it. But we're going to go on and pull this up, honey, on the Yahoo News. Hold on. I should be able to get it right here. Because I want to see all his little crimes and stuff. We got time. We just here to gossip. We got time. Hold on. We got time. All right. Is this the one? Let me make sure this is the same one. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Yeah, this is the same one. Okay. Thank you, Sharice. Thank you. Because this is the original article when everybody was reporting that he got denied citizenship. So what about poor Pilar? She gonna be missing her stepdaddy like Porsha wanted. He already wasn't returning calls before ICE got him, so she was gonna miss him anyway. Porsha ain't had no business having her child up under that man like that. She ain't had no business doing that. Had sitting all on that man's lap. Porsha's irresponsible as hell. She is irresponsible. But you know we done covered that. Porsha really irresponsible. Hey, Jai, thank you for being number 64. What up, Dap? How you doing, Daphne? Okay, go home, Roger. I like it. So let's share the screen. Hold on. What's this thing doing? Okay. Y'all know that phone be steady going off. All right. So this was the article from back in February of this year when I believe this is when they were first reporting on him trying to get citizenship. Okay. Thank you, Sally. Mistaken. She said, I enjoy talking and typing with Nitra in chat. No fakeness, only factness. You know that's right, sis. We don't play that over here. We lead a fakery for other people. We don't do the fakery. Mm-hmm. So, wait. Hold on. Let me try to make it as big as possible. First off, let's do that. And then, well, I can't make it no bigger. So we're just going to have to go with this. So this is what they said, child. This was back from February. This is from Yahoo News. Now, Yahoo News, when they were first reporting on his citizenship being denied. Oh, I hate Yahoo. Why y'all skipping all over the place like this? What are they doing? Hold on. Yeah, Yahoo get on my nerves. They done piss me off already. Hey, Christian Key. So this is what they said. We're not going to nothing. They said in February, RHOA viewers that Simon Guobadia. Now listen how they did it. They did it dead wrong. That RHOA viewers met Simon Guobadia as Porsha Williams' shocking love interest. That is not how we met that man. We met Simon Guobadia as Fallon Pena's husband. We did not meet him as Porsha's love interest. That was after. All fans really knew about him is that he was a Nigerian businessman who couldn't keep a marriage together. Ooh, that shady as hell. Simon and Porsha have been going through a messy divorce, which will play out on RHOA. However, Simon is back in the news due to the president's crackdown on immigration. News broke that he was being held by ICE. Here's what we know. Since 2007, the 59-year-old, see, in February, they was calling him 59. It's the same year now. We in June, now he's 61. So he done aged 2 years in 6 months, 5 months. We don't know how old this man is, but I believe he closer to 70. It's a shame. We don't even know if that's we know that's your name because we saw your people, but we don't know how old this man is. So anyway, since 2007, he made his money as the founder of Simon & Company, which is called Simon Petroleum Limited Company. Simon's company supplies refined fuels in the Southeast U.S. Before becoming his own boss. The father of 5 worked as a CPA. Child, ain't no telling how much scamming he was doing as a CPA. Court documents showed that Simon had been denied American citizenship multiple times after the government learned that he was a Nigerian scammer with multiple convictions for credit card fraud and identity theft. Lord have mercy. It was reported that Simon moved to the USA on a 6-month visa. So when he came here back in 1982, y'all, he was only supposed to stay for 6 months. I'm thinking it's like a year. He had 6 months. But he returned to Nigeria in 1985, 3 years later, after overstaying on the same visa. Simon then went on to marry his first wife, an American citizen named Karen English. He then applied for adjustment of status in 1985. However, Simon was denied citizenship because the government believed the marriage to be a sham after he told INS they never lived together or consummated the marriage. Y'all reckon his jammy was broke way back then? I don't know. Simon left the country voluntarily, okay, because they told him that marriage is fake and you're not fooling us. But he re-entered the U.S. again in 1986 on another visitor visa, not even a work visa, education, visitor visa in 1986. Once again, he overstayed his 6-month visa. So the second one was only for 6 months. And we're going to talk about all this because I know I'm talking around it, but I'm going to say what I want to say. The hits kept coming for Simon, who in 1987 was arrested. So remember now, when we started this, his friends started off lying. Oh, this is the first time he ever been behind bars. Now we reading this article from Yahoo News back in February. In 1987, you got arrested off of the credit card fraud and stuff. Credit card fraud, banking credit card fraud. It's a hot mess. He pled guilty to all the felony charges. Still in the country. In 1989, Simon got arrested again. But remember, his friend said the ICE custody was his first time behind bars. So in 89, 87, they got him for the banking credit card fraud. He pled guilty, stayed 2 more years. In 1989, his behind got arrested again, but this time for unauthorized use of a vehicle, and in 1990 for fraud. So he got arrested in 87, 89, and 90. 2 out of the 3 arrests was for fraud. 87, banking credit card, and 1990 just fraud. I don't know what all was included because they don't say. Finally, the Immigration and Naturalization Service started deporting proceedings against Simon. So after the arrest in 1990, they started the proceedings to get you up out of here. In 1991, he got accused of committing credit card fraud again. Hey. And in 1992, he was forcibly removed from the United States by a judge order. Lord have mercy. And this the person that people talking about let him stay. Hell no. We got our own homegrown credit card fraud people that got to eat. Get up out of here. They don't need to do it either. But we got our own criminals. We don't need to import no criminals. Now, Simon's story gets messier. In 1988, he applied for a temporary resident status under a special immigration program called Special Agricultural Worker. However, he used a fake identity for the application and did not reveal he had a criminal history. So fake ID, hid your identity, used the special program for agricultural workers, knowing he wasn't finna work in the field nowhere. The program allowed Simon to get a green card in 1992, but under fraudulent circumstances. Yeah, he liked fraudulent circumstances, don't he? This happened just 26 days after he was deported from the country under another identity. Ooh. Fast forward to 2016 when Simon applied for naturalization under the second identity. So he tried to get naturalization again, but this time under the fake name that he had got the green card under. See, he should have been happy with the green card and sat down. When he went to submit an application to transition his green card status to U.S. citizenship, he was denied because the resident status was unlawfully granted. See there? When they went to do the citizenship, they dug deeper and found out that ain't your real name, and they gave it to you under false pretenses. You was lying. Us Weekly reported that Simon had been detained amid mass deportations that took place, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so we're going to stop right there on that. Y'all. Hey, Lulu's little girl, thank you for being number 69. Now, y'all crazy. Makeup addicts say, I must say, I'm pretty impressed with the level of determination to scam. How did this go on for so many years? Well, let's talk about that. Because our immigration laws were way too lax. And now that somebody's tightening up on the immigration laws, we got people, screaming, it's not fair, it's not fair. You only feel like it's not fair because y'all have been allowed to break the law with ease for so long. Like, that's it. So let's talk about a couple of things. Hold on. I'm going to get some of y'all comments, and I'm going to try to go up and get some of the ones I missed. John says Simon is too busy eating the agriculture to farm it. Should have just kept the green card. But, his ego wouldn't let him do that. Yep. Y'all please hit the like button and the engagement button. Please and thank you. Daphne say, would a real Slim Shady please stand up? I love it. So many levels of scamming. So many. Let me see some of the comments I might have missed while I was going. I didn't miss too much. Okay. Lord, just say this man aging in mongoose years. You ain't wrong though. So let's talk about this for a minute. A couple of things. So, okay, so boom. Some of the comments. Hey, Siobhan, thank you for being 69, boo. Some of the comments that Simon was making on his Instagram, you know, I remember when he was like posting every day, every other day, where he was like not just insulting Porsha, but insulting Black Americans, period. Like we made you marry Porsha. We know Porsha is a money girl. We ain't told you to marry Porsha. You the one didn't know what Porsha was. Porsha's about her bread. Porsha thought that you was finna mess around and move the bread or end up costing her some of her own bread, and she's only there to spend your bread. And she ran off. She flew the coop on you. You can't be mad at none of that. Child, we all knew they was gonna kick his behind up out of here. Hey, Sabra. And a lot of the stuff that he was doing when he was online making nasty comments, you know, little taking slick shots at Black Americans and whatever, it's like, first of all, the money he's bragging about, you taking pictures looking like Donkey from Shrek on a golf cart, like, oh, I'm golfing. I have a house in Costa Rica. I'm going to Dubai. See, people like that, they come in here. It's one thing to act like you got bread or, you know, to show off what you got. Because we saw you got some money. Oh, you got some money. I ain't gonna front on you. I'm not that type of person. But my thing is this: while you showing off what you got and you bragging about what you got, the problem is you ain't talking about how you got it. Because according to what we seeing of your criminal record, you got what you got scamming. You got what you got doing credit card fraud, bank fraud, and that's only what they caught. That's only what they caught. So that means when they caught you in 1987 with the bank and the credit card fraud, they caught that. But I can guarantee you they didn't catch all the bank accounts you was using. Because, see, I know what you do. I'm not you personally, but I know what them boys from across the water be doing. You do all the time. I spend in Houston. I done seen how y'all play with them banks. Y'all play with them banks. Y'all run the gamut with them banks. And I'm talking about from moving money from people's accounts, playing with them domiciliary accounts, sitting up there, having them boys running Yahoo, getting money from rich white folks, and then having them sending it to different various accounts, max them accounts out, crash them, move the money, and do it all over again. See, Simon, one of them people that like to brag about what you got, but you don't want to say how you got it. See, that's what makes it so insidious that, you know, certain people will come here and try to act like they so much better than Black American people. Like, everybody hate niggas so much, but we can't keep y'all out our face. Like, I don't know how else to put that. You hate niggas, but we can't turn from y'all. You can't stand Black Americans, but nothing would do you but to go get one. Nothing would do you but to go get one. You had to marry one of them. You just couldn't help yourself. Couldn't help yourself. Just I say, honestly, I think Simon knew all the women after his first wife married him for money, but marrying Fallon and Porsha is giving beauty and the buzzard. That too. Hey, T Monique, thank you for being 74, girl. You know, sometimes we just got to keep it real. Literally. Like, that's what it is. Hey, Cool Cat, happy Tuesday. Trina say, child, and be making bank off these clear women and date on the dating apps, taking their money. Yep, I talk clothes, culture, proximity, even the worst parts of our culture. The stuff that we sitting up begging the children not to act like they be imitating it, like to save their life. They own it. That's what's going on with the rap community and stuff right now. Thank you for being number 75, Cool Cat. That's what's going on with hip hop and the whole rap community right now. We got a whole bunch of people that ain't from here that desperately want to beat Black folks at being Black. They want to be the new niggas. We're going to take over what y'all do. We're going to do it better than you. We're going to imitate you. Like, no, we're supreme. We are the best at imitating you. We imitate you better than you are you authentically. We are replacing you. We are the bigger, better upgrade of you. And no, the hell you not. You a weirdo cosplaying as somebody else. But never mind that. We ain't even gonna talk about the post he made talking about his passport and y'all don't have passports. First of all, you don't know how many Black folks have passports. It's not hard for us to get a passport. It ain't hard at all. We don't have no trouble getting passports. We are American citizens. That's number one. Number two, while he was bragging about that passport, I bet you he didn't tell y'all who name was on it. I bet you it didn't say Simon Guobadia. I bet you it said something else. I bet you it didn't say Simon Guobadia. Yeah, that passport ain't said Simon. It ain't said that. No. And then I saw somebody like, oh, he'll sneak back in. No, he won't. Not now. You done made yourself too famous. The minute he show his face, he's done. And it ain't like he could blend in with the crowd. Maybe before he got on television, that's why he was able to overstay a visa, leave and come back. Overstay a visa, leave, come back. Get deported, come back with a different name. You can't even do that now because everybody knows you, dummy, because you went and got on Bravo. Big dumb. Why would you get on TV and you know your papers ain't right? And the fact that he had the green card, y'all, why couldn't he just keep the green card? Why did he have to go and try to get citizenship? Like, why was the green card not enough? I just don't understand. This girl said, especially with Trump in office. So I got one paid 2/3 to have it expedited, and Trump put a ban on them countries, and he should, until they crack down on the enforcement of paperwork and institute fingerprinting systems in other countries so they can determine who's who. Just don't come here till you fix your stuff. Cool Cat said, I think Porsha knew all the game he was running, and that is why she is quiet as a mouse. She speak of him for PJ, in my opinion. Maybe, Cool Cat. I don't know. I can't call it. But I know she ran, and he got mad. Hey, Nina. Thank you for being 75. Right. Cherie said he will not make it through customs. He won't. This is too high profile. Like, why would you make yourself a high profile individual and knowing you fighting tooth and nail to stay in a place that you ain't supposed to be? Home is great. What's wrong with home? Hey, Amanda K, thank you for being 78. You said, I believe his real name is Igor. I think Porsha tattooed his name on her. She said he looks like an Igor. I think that was supposed to be his middle name, not his. And I don't think it was quite Igor. No, it was Iore. That's what it was, Iore. Because you know he's one of them Edo folks. He's one of the Benin people. So a lot of them got their Christian name or their baptismal name or whatever, and then you got your native or whatever. So that's neither here nor there. But yeah, Simon gone. Too bad, so sad. That's all I can say. Too bad, so sad for you. I don't know why it's sad though. You can still travel everywhere else in the world. You just can't come here. That's all. Ain't no big deal. So anyway, that's done. Now let's get into Porsha and Phaedra and the fakery of it all. Now that after show, let me ask y'all this, because I've never seen it live. I've only seen the outtakes and the clips that come up on the Bravo blogs later. What'd you say, Nina? So I've been asking the same question. What's wrong with going home? When the party's over, you go home. Thank you. What is wrong with going to your house? Don't threaten me with a good time. Okay. But the after show that the RHOA ladies do, does that come up on, is that a Bravo thing? Because if it's Bravo, then I'm just going to use the audio because I don't want no smoke with Bravo. Y'all know Bravo will snatch your whole everything down. Your entire everything down. It's Bravo. Okay, yeah. Thank y'all for letting me know. I will definitely do the audio. Thank you, Winnie Rome. Thank you, Peanut. Thank you, Makeup Addict. Cool Cat says, I'm disgusted with Porsha and Phaedra. Not a fan of either. As for Simon, he will be traveling the world as he has been and into Canada to be close. Yeah, that's fine. Like, that's why for me, it's like, what is the big deal? Why do people feel so entitled and so impassioned about forcing their way into America? Now, I don't know about Canada unless he used a fake ID, because you know Canada don't hardly want you to come up there if you got too many parking tickets. Like, they funny with the crime stuff. They real funny with the crime. Hey, Miss Sparkle, y'all, our resident Mary Kay lady is here. Okay. Yep, a lot of people definitely enjoy Phaedra and Porsha, the freaking frack of it all. And that's fine. I don't mind they freaking frack antics, but you know, I don't like none of these hookers. And right now, I got to call on some foolishness and some fakery because I don't like the fakery. Okay, I don't like it. So we got to get down to it. So apparently, they was on the after show, and you know how they got them broke up into groups, right? Which is odd to me. Like, I could see groups, but the way they got them broke up in 3 different groups, like they can't be in the same room, or you got them broke up according to what cliques they in or whatever. Like, to me, that's strange. The piece of head was just really odd. It's strange. So you know they got Porsha, Phaedra, and Bang Bang Sleazy. They got Shamia and Kelly sitting together, which is odd. Just the 2 of y'all. And then you got Drew Sademi, Cynthia Cheekbones, and Angela in another room. So they all broke up in 3 different spaces or whatever. Hey, Deborah Randall. Thank you for being number 18, sis. I'm glad you made it. Del Rita Edwards, welcome. Is this your first time? Listen, anybody who's new, please let us know so we can welcome you personally and individually. We're happy to have you. Del Rita says, Simon told him Porsha was going to Antico show. You might have been typing fast, Del Rita. Let me see if I can figure out what she's saying. Porsha was going on show. Let everybody know you Mrs. Guobadia going on the show. Everybody, you misconfused. Retype it, sis. Retype it. Because I'm trying to get it, but you was probably typing fast, and then, you know, autocorrect be messing y'all up. What up, Mystery Monk, with your crazy self? So, anywho, yeah. So they got them broke up in the rooms. And now y'all remember what happened Sunday. The whole thing, the whole fiasco about they was donating to Grenada after Hurricane Beryl, you know, did damage or whatever, I think on the smaller island, but not the bigger island. Anyway, everybody donated all kind of stuff. But then you get Bang Bang Sleazy, Brit, who brought 3 paper towels and gave a $250 cash out. So y'all heard what everybody had to say. Like, everybody was basically one band, one sound. That is ridiculous. Y'all remember that when they left the house that morning and they was in the Sprinter, you know, the old school cast was in the Sprinter and they was talking about it. They were all in agreement, including Porsha and Phaedra. They asked, Shamia, what did Kelly have to say? And she said Kelly agreed with her, which we're gonna hear that too. And now on the after show, they saying something completely different. That's what people do. I'm always real iffy about people that do that. If you say something about somebody, it don't mean you hate them or whatever. But if you said it once, you should be able to say it again. The person walking in the room with you, or you sitting down with the person, that shouldn't stop you from saying nothing you said unless you're just a fake person. You should be able to say what you said in front of them, to them, sitting in the house with you, sitting on their lap, standing on their feet, standing on their eyelashes. I don't care what's going on. You should be able to repeat what you said. Cool Cat says Porsha's dangerous. She lies too much, and Phaedra is useless, offering nothing but insults as if she's worthy. I don't know. Phaedra been funny this season. Y'all know I'm not crazy about her, but she's been funny. We got to be fair. Phaedra has gave us quite a few good old kikis since she been back, and she ain't been back but 20 minutes hardly. You know, she done gave us a hot 20 minutes, and she has given us a few kikis. And one real good one. Like, I'm about, don't get me wrong, even though I'm about to pop her and Porsha for being fake and phony, we got to be honest. Phaedra has given us some cackles that we did not get before she got there. I don't know Why we gotta pretend? Y'all know how I am. I don't pretend for nobody. I don't care if I don't like you. If you did right, then we gonna say it. And if you did wrong, we gonna say that too. But she gave us some real RHOA. She did help to kind of bring that old school vibe back quite a bit, because we were not getting any funny shade jokes, nothing. It was just a bunch of mess and people fake beefing and fake arguing. It was like it was straight dysentery. It was giving bloody diarrhea. It was giving watery nothing, dumpster juice. So we ain't gonna pretend like, Phaedra ain't put in. She definitely put in now. Come on, she put in. Hell, she was the only one who gave it to Brit Eady straight. And that sprinter heading back from that restaurant, she was the only person that gave it to that girl straight. When she told her, you put yourself in the hot seat, you got to show yourself friendly. You can't be sitting up on the ready, getting ready to argue and fight and jump at everybody. You can't do it. You did this to yourself. She was the only person kept it real with the girl. She did tell her in the car, just for future reference, when they say donation, minimum $1,000. She did say that, but she did not repeat what she said in that sprinter with Porsha and them and the rest of the old school girls to that girl when they was doing that after show. Yep, it definitely gave backpedaling, heavy backpedaling. And I think it's because they being phony, because right now, Porsha and Shamia ain't getting along. They went from, doing the fake we friends to we don't get along to a peace out. A real fake. In a short period of time, she's been better than the new girls, definitely. Makeup addicts say they holding on to their hate for Phaedra from the thing with Candy. Phaedra been funny to me since she been on. Yeah, she has been funny. She's been funny. When in Rome says she's funny when y'all not hating. Whether they hate or not, she's still funny. She ain't gonna stop being funny because people hating. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about hate. Hate don't take nothing from you. If you got talent, hate ain't gonna make it melt off of you or fall off of you or whatever. If you funny, you funny. You know what I'm saying? It's just what it is. Now, some people probably gonna, pretend or act like they don't see it, or, say that ain't what it is because it's somebody they don't like, but they don't make it true. You know what I'm saying? So get this. Let's get into the donation. Y'all gonna hear the audio. Make sure you turn your sound up. I'm gonna do the best I can on my end to make sure y'all can hear the sound, because y'all know we cannot play that clip because it is Bravo, and I don't want no problem with Bravo. I don't. The one thing I'm gonna say about Phaedra before I play this, and it's what I said before. Even though Phaedra has been funny, she's been giving us the old school vibe back. Like, I think her being there kind of activates Cynthia and Porsha. It activates the more seasoned girls. I still feel like we need Kenya more on that screen to balance it out. I still feel like we need it. Simple. So listen, let's get into the audio. Turn your sound up. Let's listen.
So much more. And I told her about it off camera because I'm that kind of friend. I want to talk to you about it. I know. I don't want to embarrass you. So we went to Houston's after she made her tiny box donation. And I told her, I was like, yo, this is how you should give. This is what would be appropriate. I donated. I said, are you sure this is enough or whatever? Because I don't want whatever. Because I genuinely want to make sure. And I was the first one to donate. So I didn't know. So we all go out to eat. She's coming out and donating. But Kelly, I wouldn't have put her out there on blast in front of the group, but she brought it up.
Okay. So let's stop there for now. What Shamia's saying. Because we gotta address that too. We gotta address that. Because I don't think a petition is being paid to what Shamia said. And I gotta give my disclaimer when I'm talking about RHOA. Because I know we got stands everywhere. Be advised, I don't like nobody. Okay? Let's get that straight. But Shamia is saying that she, the girl, to Houston's to talk to her about the 3 rolls of paper towels from Costco. And there's not enough conversation about that. There's not enough conversation about that. She shouldn't have had to take you to Houston's to sit down and tell you the 3 rolls of paper towels is not appropriate. She shouldn't have had to.
Yeah. You can go out and spend, like most of us do, $200-$300 to get your nails done. Don't come with no $250 donation. Get clear information. My thoughts was, if it's about, you don't know the appropriate amount. I just can't believe that was a donation so much more. And I told her about it.
So now, this the same Phaedra that was saying we spend $200 and $300 on fingernails. You don't give that for no donation. Now she's sitting up here on this after show saying, well, when you don't know, you just don't know what you can give. And that's not what y'all said in that sprinter. Let's let them do it again. Cause I don't want to, I want to give everybody their chance to be heard. Phaedra makes Kenya want to work, and Kenya makes Phaedra work. Yep, they do. They activate each other very well. Kenya has been bored these past few seasons, not being able to argue and pick on the right ones. Right. She really can't do it. Yeah, she can be messy, but all of them are messy. And so right now, Sweet Tea, hey boo, all we can do is really deal with what's in front of us and what actually happened and what didn't. And I think that, people are like strategically not hearing what's going on.
We're super cringe. Like most of us do, $200-$300 to get your nails done.
We're gonna let them keep going.
Don't come with no $250 donation. Get information. My thoughts was, if it's about, you don't know the appropriate amount. I just can't believe that was a donation. The appropriate amount. How can you be careful? Charities of our choice. First one to support. So you exactly. You so how much you get? With a Birkin? You can't pull up in Birkin, Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and then not really get when they get out. I totally agree. So you felt like a little shit. So you already know what car I'm driving and what bag I have? Not trying to count nobody else's. I get it. Any donation is great. I appreciate all of that. But you can't come around here like insurance. But the thing that didn't make sense for me was the fact that when she pulled up, she was like, "Oh, I got a truck full of stuff. I don't want to pull around back." And I'm like, "Well, I'll make room for you to bring your truck back." Never pulled up. She says, "Oh, Mike is on the way with it." Okay, sure, no problem. I just brought out what I could fit in my car. Well, do you want to bring your car around back to get the rest of it out? The appropriate amount.
Let's stop right there before we go to the rest of it. That's the other part that people keep forgetting. Get past the fact that right now y'all don't like Shamia. I don't never like her. Get past that. Why are we not addressing the fact that Brit Eady done lied backwards and forwards? She showed up there with that box, that empty box with them 3 rolls of Costco paper towel in it, and lied and said, I got a truck full of stuff and my assistant gonna be bringing it, and he gonna pull around back or whatever. And so they was like, yeah, come on. Then you heard Kelly say the truck never showed up. This is another reason she wasn't trying to come to that reunion, y'all, because when she's sitting up there talking with Porsha and them, now the segment with Porsha, Phaedra, and Brit, they're all being real loud, talking over each other because they're all trying to lie. They all trying to put it out there the best way, and they all trying to lie to help Brit look better. Now, what's funny is when she said, well, I asked her, what we supposed to give or whatever. She's not mentioning that girl took her out to Houston's. Shamia's not making that up. She did not want to go to that reunion and have Shamia say, girl, I went out to dinner with you. I took you out and we talked about this. Now I'm starting to believe those of y'all who was here on Sunday that said she didn't even send that $250 cash app until after that girl took her out to dinner. You never brought the other items. She took you out to dinner to talk about what you did. And then You send a $250 cash app. Now, Shamia is being messy to a certain degree, but y'all know that's what reality shows do, especially, you know, the ones with the women. Every time it's a charity, y'all know it's always a big deal about who don't donate or who gives something real tacky, like $250. That's tacky. It's low-key kind of tacky for Shamia to call it out, but it's also tacky for you to give a $250 donation. And Shamia's not all the way wrong with that, you know, oh, insurance, and I'm so high class in insurance and insurance. You don't get to run around talking about you so high class, and then donate $250. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I'm so high class, you know. And then donate $250 and 3 rolls of paper towels. People gonna talk. They do, like I said, they did it on Married to Medicare. They have done it multiple times on RHOA. Y'all know Kenya rode Nene for the longest about the money that she was supposed to donate to Detroit schools or whatever happened with that. We've had this happen before. So I'm like, why is everybody acting like this is the first time we're seeing this happen on TV? Some of these new fans are getting on my nerves. Some of these new fans getting on my nerves. They've been doing this. Hey, Queena. Right, when in Rome. You remember that? When Toya said they donated wine and they was like, but you ain't give no money, you ain't do this and that. Remember, they just did it with and I don't even watch Medicare no more. But they just did it with Phaedra, remember? Because Phaedra had to show the check, the cancer check, where she wrote them, was it $30,000, $40,000? After hellishly went on her channel and said Phaedra didn't donate nothing. So it's always a big deal about donations. And we know Brit ain't nothing but a fan. She watched the shows and then try to emulate what she sees. So she can't tell me that she hasn't seen how these ladies give. They don't run around playing the role like, oh, I got money, I'm cashy or whatever. And then when it's time to donate, you not giving cashy. You giving cash less. It's giving cash less. So I'm like, what's the shock? But yeah, I definitely understood why Shamia popped her on that, because what I don't like about what Shamia did, I'm gonna tell you what I don't like about what she did at that table. If you was gonna bring it up, if it was directly about Brit, then you should have said that. What I don't like is the indirect. I hate an indirect heifer. I hate a sneaky heifer. I hate a lying heifer. I hate a fake heifer. You were sitting at that table. All you had to do was say, you know what? It is something on my nerves about you. I feel some type of way about you donating. Hey, Diane Melisastros. I feel some type of way about you donating 3 rolls of paper towels. And then after I took you out to eat, so we could talk about it and I could kind of, explain to you where I'm coming from, and then you cash out me $250. Why didn't she say that directly to Brit? That's the stuff that I don't like. That's the kind of stuff that makes me not like Shamia. It's crap like that, because even when you write, you still being fake about it. Like, you can't just say what you want to say. Talk to the person you talking to. Say a name. Put a name to it. Hell, point at her. You heifer, you. Because anybody I want to say something to, I'm saying it to them. I'm not going to talk around you. And then when the girl was like, I feel shade, it wasn't shade. It was just indirect. But when the girl said, I feel shaded, what did Shamia do? Still being phony. Oh, you're not the only person with a Rolls Royce or a Birkin, which that's true. But if you were talking to her or talking about her indirectly and taking shots, don't take shots. I don't like people taking shots. Say what you got to say. I'm talking to you. I got an issue with you. I don't like this about you. That's all she had to say. But when the girl, kind of caught on and tried to call it out, even if she didn't call it right, I don't understand why she, yep. You know what? I don't know who this is that's in the, I guess they watching, but they like in the replay comments on something, and they was like, they talked about Drew not buying nothing at the Belmont event. Didn't Kelly do that to Drew and was like, yeah, everybody bought something, but Drew ain't buy nothing. And remember, only thing Drew could do was show that it was in her shopping cart on her phone. She really didn't buy nothing at that girl event after she showed up and brought her sister and brought the stylist. Remember that? Okay. That's all I'm saying. So this is a normal thing. What was not normal and what was corny was the fact that Shamia didn't say it straight to the girl. Why you couldn't say it straight to her? Why we got to take shots and be indirect, and then when the girl catch it, you still like play her to the left and play dumb like you don't know, or you like you were just talking in general. You wasn't talking in general. You was talking about her. You was talking at her rather than talking to her. I didn't like that. I thought that was corny. But hold on, I think it's one more.
I'm back to get the rest of it. Oh, this is it. Okay, cool. So where does Mike come in with the rest of it? Well, now I don't know if he's gonna make it in time. No problem. Would you like to make a monetary donation? Fine. That's how we get to the $250. I always like to give how I would like to receive. Absolutely. Right? And that means I don't want your old crap out of your garage. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's appropriate because I won't lie. I'll like a lot of my daughter's clothes are gently used. So is Shiloh because she can't go nowhere and really do a lot. Yeah. So I have packaged it up and I like to donate that stuff. You know, but like things that you wouldn't want, why would you try to gift that? Even if you pulled up with a truckload of water, like whatever, it would just be. Now, Drew little assistant came through with the water. Drew came back with another. Drew, shut up. Cheers to you. She did it.
Okay, so on that, at least they gave Drew her props. Because they say Drew did her thing, bringing the water and stuff. She didn't skimp. She didn't mess up. Nothing like that. Like I said, while I get what Shamia's saying, nothing Shamia's saying is wrong, in my opinion. But the fact that she refused to be direct and insisted on being phony, even in that moment, it wasn't cute. I ain't like that. Say Brit was still paying for that nose on Klarna. You crazy. You crazy. You remember that, right? But yeah, so Porsha and Phaedra backpedaling because right now Porsha's not cool with Shamia, so even when she right, she gonna be wrong, just like with Shamia. You know, she kind of doing the same thing, but at least she didn't do that with Drew. She may not like Drew right now, but at least she gave her props for like really doing the right thing. I don't know why she did that, but did y'all hear that the $250 apparently did not come after the dinner? Did y'all hear that? She said, Shamia said after Brit Eady told them that the truck wasn't going to be there in time, that then she said, okay, I'm going to cash app you. And that's when she sent the $250, because Shamia just said that's where the $250 came in, because she said the truck wasn't going to get there in time. Mind you, now she's saying, well, I only gave, the paper towels and $250. I only did the two paper towels and $250 because I didn't know how much to give. That's not true, Britt, because you told them in front of the camera, we were all watching, that, oh, I got somebody coming with a truckload of stuff. That's what you said. You said that. Now it's, oh, I did it because I didn't know how much to give. So she's a big old liar. Porsha and Phaedra are phony as a $4 bill. And Shamia is cringy and corny and indirect. And she comes off like, as much as she will go back and forth with people and do the whole neck twirling stuff, she's cowardly. Because why was you sitting at that table talking around stuff and taking shots at the girl? Say it directly to her. Say it directly to her if she there. You said what you said. She felt guilty because she know what she did. When she said, here I go, you should have said, yeah, you. Matter of fact, you. I was talking about it because it was on my nerves. Like, even if she said it indirectly, the minute the girl called it out and was like, well, I feel like that's me, here I go, Shamia could have been like, yeah, I was talking about you. I ain't want to say it direct because maybe I didn't want to start a fight or whatever. But since you say it's you put the jacket on, you right. It's you right there. I got a problem with you. Shamia didn't do that. Instead, she played like the girl was crazy, like, oh, we all got roses. We all got Birkins, which that may be true, but you weren't talking about everybody. You was talking about her. So I don't like the cowardly move that Shamia pulled. It didn't do it for me. But we got to get into, hold on. There's something else we got to get into. Let me see if I can grab that real quick, because I found it to be a little interesting. Just a little. Hold on. Oh, I know where it was. Did I mess up? I may have. I call myself keeping track of everything so I wouldn't have to go looking for stuff. But I may have to go looking for things. Well, let me tell you what happened, because, in the meanwhile, because it wasn't going to take long anyway. So, Marlo, we got to talk about Marlo Hampton real quick. It ain't going to take long. Evolution say Bravo thought the scene was trash at Houston's restaurant, so they didn't even include it in the episode. Or it wasn't even filmed. It may not have been filmed. Say, what is the ATL girlie's obsession with them ugly, manly Rolls Royces? People, I guess some people like to display their wealth, child. I wouldn't know. I ain't never had enough money to buy a Rolls Royce. I ain't. Now, maybe you have, child, but I haven't. I ain't never had enough money to buy a Rolls Royce. So I guess I have an opinion about it when I get enough money to buy one. I don't know. Because definitely the way Rolls Royce is making money, there's people everywhere buying them. But I don't. What do I know? Lord knows I can't tell them what to do with money I ain't never made. I ain't never made that kind of money. And I have worked my backside off for many a year, but I've never made that kind of money. Yep. Hold on. Let me check one more place, and then I'm going to tell y'all what's going on with her, whether I found it or not. I meant to keep it. I really meant to keep it, but y'all know my mind bad. And I checked my notebook because I thought I would have wrote it down, but I didn't. Y'all know my mind ain't no good. Or whatever. It's just a quick blurb anyway. Some of y'all may have already seen it, actually. You may have. Well, I ain't going to sweat it. We're just going to get down to it. So Marlo is talking real. Hey, DT. All right. In the bushes at work. All right. Welcome. Congratulations on your 42-month royal anniversary. So look, Marlo was talking real cryptic. Really cryptic. And she was doing an interview. And they asked her about RHOA season 16. So she was like, oh, I was looking forward to it and this and that. And that part ain't bothered me. And she was like, oh, this season ain't it, whatever. And I'm like, okay. Then she said, well, we'll be back in season 17. And she kept saying we'll be back. And I think we're going to be so much better. And she kept saying we. Did y'all see that interview? Did anybody see that interview? Anybody see that interview? Because for me, I feel like with Marlo with the we, and hey, Lisa Gordon, and we'll be back for 17, and I think we're going to do better in 17, and all these we's, and I don't think that was the royal we. I feel like Marlo already been talking to them people. That's what I think. Marlo has already been talking to them people. And y'all got to keep in mind that they were planning to bring her back this season. The only reason Marlo is not there this season is because Kenya teamed up with Porsha, or Porsha teamed up with Kenya. I don't know who called who, and went to production and to the executives and said, if she's back, neither one of us are agreeing to film with her. And so that's the only reason they was able to keep Marlo out. So I'm thinking that Marlo been talking to them people. I think they done told her something. I think Kenya definitely weakened her ability to, to have the leverage to keep her out. Also, I don't think Kenya is willing to team with Porsha to block anybody again, because while Porsha didn't like just out and out turn on Kenya, she definitely didn't she didn't really stick in there and have her back like that either. She didn't. Cool Cat say, I saw the interview she gave her dream cast that included Kenya and Nene. Yep. Marlo ain't been talking to nobody. I don't know, because they surely was going to have her there. And I don't think she looks like a man. I think Marlo is very good looking. Sweet Tea say, I heard Marlo talking about that. Right. Straight up. I think something going on. I honestly believe that she been talking to them people. Just like they wanted her on this season until Kenya and Porsha teamed up and said Wonder Twin powers activate. I think they want her on next season too. I have a feeling. I have a feeling about season 17. I think season 17 is like stacking up to be a powder keg. Honestly, that's my prediction. I think season 17 is going to be a powder keg. And I don't know whether it's going to be in a good way or a bad way, but I think we're going to get some fireworks in season 17 of RHOA. Cool Cat say Marlo's manager is also Brit's manager. Catch the wardrobe. Brit was wearing the vintage outfits. Yeah, I don't think that she got no outfits from Marlo. We saw her in an outfit from Pretty Little Things. She was wearing Pretty Little Things. I'm never getting past that. Not no grown woman pretending to be high class. I'm classy in Pretty Little Things. In a Pretty Little Things outfit that was too small. No, we're not doing that. Yeah, the whites and them, they do that a lot. They do that a lot. They definitely needed Marlo. Ooh, girl, Bang Bang would have ran out in traffic if Marlotta was sitting there. I know what you meant. Cole, you got to speak for yourself, sis. You don't want her, but a lot of people do. I know I'm somebody. I want her back on the screen. I want her back on the screen. Even though she was working for production and working this production's hitman against Candy and Kenya, I want her back on the screen. Marlo is funny. Marlo is hilarious, actually. 4 vintage Normancy outfit she had on that I know she could not afford. Yeah, but it's places you can rent outfits. I just don't believe that Marlo let her borrow no outfits. Maybe she did, because Marlo is in the business of renting outfits to people. But maybe she did. I don't know. I just know I seen her in Pretty Little Things. One size too small. See, I thought Brit stole Kelly's stylist Paris. I don't know. Yeah, Marlo is hilarious. So that happened. And that's that on that with them. Now we got to get over here with this stuff with the Puffy trial. With the Puffy trial. We got to get over there. So it's a mess. When I say it's a mess, it's a mess. Now, real quick, while I'm pulling this up, let me tell y'all the funny stuff going on while I'm pulling this up. Because I'm pulling this up at the same time. But we got some real quicks and some honorable mentions. So the real quick. R. Kelly's lawyer say he want Trump to let R. Kelly out of jail. And I'm dying laughing because I'm like, no, we do not need you out, Mr. PP man, because you like to pee on children. So that's, to me, hell no. And it's hilarious. Sit your behind in there. We got Clarissa Shields, the one Remy Ma calls Clarence. Called herself mad because she didn't get the Athlete of the Year award at the BET Awards. So now she got a problem with Angel Reese, but then pretend she don't, but she's salty because she didn't win over Angel Reese. And I think she forgets that a lot of people really wasn't even clocked in to know a lot about her. A lot of people got to know her through Remy and Pap Smear. She's got a lot of accolades, and I think she's wonderful. I definitely knew about her beforehand, but I think she didn't consider that Angel is more visible. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But yeah, she had a little problem with that, and the people ate her up online. Apparently Walmart and Donald Trump are beefing. I thought that was hilarious. That's one of the funniest things I have seen in a long time. And I'm just like, Lord, Trump and his lace front Jesus, now him and Walmart is beefing. They are straight beefing. And what's funny is most of the people online don't even know, our folks don't even know what the beef is about. But I thought it was really, really funny. Yeah, we're going to talk about Jane Doe and who most people in social media assume she is, including me. I'm one of the people. Hey, wife, mom, and what of three? Hey, how you doing? Thank you for being number 90. I mean, she can be salty. She had a bigger year than Angel. Yeah, but nobody knew about it. That's the thing. Nobody knew about it. We didn't get that. So I can see she had a bigger year than Angel, but whose fault is it that all we getting is Remy and Pap smear? Whose fault is that? Because as it is now, when she goes on interviews, instead of her, hyping herself in her own career and her upcoming fights, all we can hear about is Remy and Pap smear. So what we gonna do? I'm just saying, like, she's sabotaging herself, being head over heels for this man who is just taking her money, but not my business. Siobhan says, I knew of Angel Reese based on her college games. Clarissa is only known because she's a proud mistress. And that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate because she's so talented. And I really, honestly, until we got to see more of her personality, I just was so proud of her and I liked her. And it was like, go ahead. All right, black girl, give it to him. And then the more we got to know her personality, it was like, girl, are you all right? So, I know. You think if Kenya comes back next season, you think her and Porsha still gonna be a good Trump? I don't know. Evie says Clarissa didn't win any extra belts this year. She just put out a movie. She didn't have a bigger year, and I was her fan long before she became a sugar mama. You so crazy. Not a sugar mama. Okay. You crazy. Okay. Winterone says she's not sanctifying herself. If y'all don't watch women's boxing, then you would know. Well, actually, hun, we watch women's boxing and men's boxing. This one right here is my kid. She came up in a boxing household, so we watch boxing. Yeah. We come from one of those families. We'll sit up and watch vintage boxing matches. Boxing is kind of our thing. So yeah, she just, it's unfortunate. What she's been able to do is amazing. But instead of that being promoted, with her getting as much attention as she is now, I wish more of the attention was on her ability, her accolades, her fights, what she doing. And she's not giving it to the public. She's giving us Remy and Pap smear. All right, Auntie Eva. She's giving us Remy and Pap smear. And I'm just like, that's unfortunate because I really was rooting for her until we got to know her. And even after getting to know her, and I'm just like, this ain't it. I like on the sports tip, I'm still rooting for her. I didn't like what them people did to her with the trying to fail her drug test for marijuana and all that. I didn't like that. And I talked up for her. But at the same time, yep, sugar mama to an older man. Throw the whole game away. I'm with you. Yeah, a huge fan of Clarissa for the longest. Even back when they were still trying to hype Ronda Rousey. Like, huge fan. That's the thing. So let's get into the Puffy, the Jane Doe, the 50 Cent, and the Carisha of it all. So now we got to get to some mess. Let me go and pull it up. What else was on the real quick? Oh, and I don't know if y'all watched the award show. Of course, I did not, because I do not like award shows. I think they're horribly boring, and I would rather chew off my foot like a coyote. But I did see Glow and Keisha Cole performance, and I thought it was so adorable. I think Glow did good on her Let Her Cook thing, and then when she brought out Keisha Cole, I thought that was absolutely adorable. Absolutely adorable. Okay. Is this the one I want? Yep, this the one. Okay, I had to make sure I had the right one, y'all. Hold on. So let's share the screen. Yeah, Rhonda got humbled real good. When I say I was tickled, and did y'all notice after she got humbled, they went trying to pretend like, oh, her granddaddy had like a speck of black in him, so technically she black. Don't try to give her to us, because she was just y'all great white hope. So don't try to give her to us. We don't want her. We don't want her. Clarissa been running through humbling all them hoes. Yes, she have. But you know, Rhonda got humbled by that other little clear girl. She did. Yeah, I don't do award shows. You know, nothing against them. I just get bored. My attention span is not, I don't care about who won an award. Yep, got beat so bad she went over to WWE. She said she'll rather fake fight. She don't want nobody hitting her for real no more. She over it. I don't blame her. I don't blame her. I'm too old. These days, I ain't throwing punches. I'm throwing bullets. Yep, Holly. That's right, Nina. It was Holly. Holly the one humbled her. It was Holly that got her. You darn right. So let's pull this up, child. Let's get into this about the Jane Doe. Now, ooh, child. Baby, the hot flash is hot flashing. Oh, it's real. Y'all, the last couple of days, I've been on fire. Y'all sister been on fire. Auntie been over here burning. Hey, Delicia. Nina laughing at me. I'm dead serious. It's not that I can't still throw punches, but I'm not wasting my time. I'm throwing bullets. You can play with it if you want to. That's going to be that. Listen, that's a choice. That's all I can say. Play with it if you want to, but that's a choice. Yep. Biscuits or bullets, because I make a mean biscuit too, and I make them from scratch. I don't pop no cans. You can choose the bullet or the biscuit. It's up to you. But I ain't throwing no punches no more. I ain't got time for that. You in a heated blanket and I'm burning up. Girl, I'm on fire. On fire. Hold on, what the hell? Sharice done sent me something else. Ooh, about a fan. Thank you, girl. Thank you, Sharice. That's all I'm trying to say. Girl, I hate a canned biscuit too. I don't know how anybody eats that garbage. I promise you. I ain't dissing nobody if y'all eat the canned biscuits, but I don't know how y'all eat them. I could never. No, ma'am. Okay, listen. That's why I say, baby, this the grown people channel. The young ladies in here who ain't, got to their power surges yet, keep living. That's all I can say. Keep living, because we know about it. So I understand them hot flashes. Sis, it's real. It's real. Say them canned biscuits are the worst. You don't know how to make biscuits from scratch? Okay, I'm going to give you the shortcut. Now, all you got to do, this is real quick for all the girls who, for whatever reason, when your mama was cooking biscuits, you was not paying attention. Pop in the back of your hand virtually. This is the virtual back of the hand pop. All right? Thank you for being 97 E. Davis. This is important, so we're going to stall the gossip. We're going to stall the gossip for a couple of minutes so we can make sure that everybody know how to fix biscuits. Okay? Now, What you gonna need first. Yeah, the tatas be sweating. Girl, they be feeling like you got a generator under your titties. It's horrible. You so crazy. You so crazy. But listen, back to these biscuits, because we got to get this straight. No, you don't need no cornmeal. Don't you grab no cornmeal. No, put all that down. Everything you say that you need to pick up, you don't need none of that. This is important. Matter of fact, let me unshare this screen so we can get this straight real fast. We're gonna pull it back up. The biscuits is important, okay? Because we don't want y'all out here, catching good husbands and chasing them off with cement blocks and calling them biscuits. Now, Eva, don't laugh at your sister talking about the cornmeal. She didn't know. Yes, cornbread and cornmeal. Yes, cornmeal is for cornbread only. And whole cakes and bastard bread and hot water cornbread and all like that. Okay. Yes. So what you're going to do is get you some self-rising flour. Tell them, Queena. Okay. Get you some self-rising flour. You're going to need a pinch of salt to put in your flour. And then you're going to need you some milk. Hey, Auntie Kim. You trying to make cornbread. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Cornbread is wonderful. But our little niece right here, she want to know how to make biscuits. And I know it's some more y'all that don't know how to fix biscuits, but you're not going to be brave and step out. So she stepped out. We're going to make sure y'all understand biscuits. Get your flour, your self-rising flour. You're going to need a pinch of salt. And you're going to get you some milk. Now, you can use jug milk, canned milk. It don't matter. Some people swear by one or the other. To me, it don't make no difference, right? And you're going to add it slowly to your flour. And you don't want to make it as loose as you make batter for cornbread because you're not pouring this. You're making dough. So you're going to add your milk and turn it in there and stir it, turn it till it get thick and gummy. It's got a little gummy consistency and it's like a ball. It's going to be sticky because it's this flour in the milk. Now, the next thing that you need is solid Crisco. Your solid fat. Get your Crisco. And you're going to get that Crisco out of there till it look right. Because you got to fold your Crisco into the dough so that your biscuits are not tough. This is very important. Make sure that if you take your spoon and you dig in there and just pull, it'll roll into a big ball. It'll just keep pushing and roll into a big ball and put it in your dough. And you're going to take that dough, cover it with flour, powder it real good so it don't keep sticking to your hands. And just keep folding your Crisco, which is your shortening. Keep folding your Crisco into the dough and mash it out real good and then fold it some more and mash it out real good and fold it some more. And then you're going to add a little bit more shortening, because those of us that's old school cooks, we don't have no measurements. Okay. I'm telling you just till it look right and keep doing it until you done mix that shortening all the way through that dough. Okay. Now what you going to do, if you got your rolling pin, you can roll it out. And you can, if you got a biscuit cutter, you can cut your biscuits. Or what you can do is pinch your piece. We used to call them drop biscuits. You just pinch it up, dust it with some flour, and put it in your pan. But make sure that you spray your pan with some Pam or something before you put it in the oven. And then you got you some quick biscuits, okay? Stop popping them cans. Them cans is nasty. Don't do it. And do not cheat yourself on the shortening. Now, if you're not sure, put one biscuit in the oven first and cook it to test it. If you get it and it's real flaky, then you good. If you grab it and you hurt your jaw because it's tough, then you need to add some more shortening. Okay, ladies, my videos stay up. So if you mess around and you at the 1 hour 55 minute point, save that this is where we talking about the biscuits. Come back and listen to me tell you what to do. Okay, or come to Discord. If you ask me in Discord, I will tell you again how to fix it. Or anything else you're trying to cook so you don't mess around and kill somebody in that kitchen. Okay, just come ask and we will help you. Because we want y'all to catch successful husbands and not chase them off with your kitchen. Don't chase them off with your stove. Don't do it. Okay, so just ask and we will help you. It's very important. Yes, make the biscuits, okay? You are welcome since 58. Now let's share this screen again because that was important. We had to take a break and make sure we were straight on the biscuits. Okay. Yep, you could use you could use a glass if you ain't got a biscuit cutter. That's right. There you go. So if they hurt your jaw, it's a scone. Consider yourself British. You're so crazy. I will say this. Queen will tell them again, you cannot overmix it. You can't mix too much, so keep on mixing. In my opinion. But if you test that one and it's tough, add some more shortening. You would have ruined it. Yeah, don't ruin it. Don't do it. I remember my auntie using lard. Yep, because lard is shortening too. It's just fat. But a lot of us use Crisco now, because it's a little healthier than just grabbing straight lard. I baked some for my YN so he can keep coming back to auntie. You so silly. I would love to go full British and learn crumpets and scones. Yeah, I don't want to learn that. Now, listen, you see how Quiet Storm blaming the baby, talking about the baby need a basket of my biscuits. She just said it. That baby ain't said that. You saying that. We need a recipe break every now and then. Maybe you could teach us other dishes anytime. Crisco is solid shortening. So don't use the liquid one that you pour. Get the solid one. The one you open the can and it's solid fat, solid shortening. Use that one. Don't get the oil you pour. You need solid shortening for your biscuits. Okay, so let's share the screen again. Now we're gonna get back to the gossip. We had a biscuit break. Back to the gossip. And here we go. All right. So Jane Doe, good old Jane Doe. They do have Crisco blocks like butter. They sure do. I use the can, so I'm, my mind automatically going to the can. Hey, Auntie Kim, listen, y'all, welcome Auntie Kim in the chat. I think she's new. Anybody who's new, y'all please put FTL for first time live so we'll know, so we can welcome you. We don't like to ignore anybody. We want you to know that you are welcome here. And please come back again. Y'all please spam the chat with the word welcome for Auntie Kim. And let me start first. I said I never heard of Crisco. I just Googled it. Yeah. There you go. So if you got something like that where you are, that's a different brand, help yourself. It still works. So now let's get into this Jane Doe situation. Now, mind you, y'all know I have not been covering this trial because it's a hot, heated mess. They ain't giving us no RICO. They talking about relationships and all the freaky deaky and who did what to who. And ain't nobody ask y'all for all that. Ain't nobody ask y'all for that. I don't know why they keep giving us this. You welcome, Auntie Kim. We're glad to have you. So look, she testifying. And I'm gonna just tell y'all, everybody on the online, on the internet, in the blogs, on Twitter is assuming that this is Daphne Joy. By Daphne Joy, I mean 50 Cent baby mama. 50 Cent baby mama. Now, when she started, her testimony, because we finna read through what the blogs got. This is what the lady said while she was on the stand. And remember, this the pole lady. This the one they keep calling the pole lady because she ain't no star. She ain't no starer. Apparently, this the lady that 50 Cent had after he was going with Sierra. And, I guess he thought she was the one, and then she was not. Then she was over there with Puffy, which is why a lot of us believe that that's why 50 Cent just can't leave Puffy alone. He's so obsessed with Puffy. Everything to do with Puffy. He online because Puffy had his baby mama doing some strange things for a little piece of change. I don't remember her sitting down with Tasha K. Maybe she did. I don't keep up with Tasha like that. Maybe she did. But we're going to get into what she said. Just Star, you crazy. She said Puffy couldn't have 50, so he took the baby mama. They say that's what happened with Al B. Sure too. Let me quit playing. I'm joking. I don't believe any of those things. Yep. Do you know what? That was Gina Wynn. That's the one that was arguing with Carisha that was over there with Tasha. You sure right. Yep. That was Gina. Yep. So let's get into what she had to say, and we're gonna have to make frequent stops because she was saying some stuff, y'all. That's all I'm gonna say. She was saying some stuff. So let's get into this. This day 20 of this trial that ain't a trial. All we hearing back is Puffy was directing amateur live cornucopia shows. Whoever the current, flavor of the month was had to act in the cornucopia shows with male escorts, and they did it for money and access to his money and lifestyle. Now, this is what we know because this is what they are telling us. I'm still waiting for the RICO stuff. Apparently, we're never going to hear about any children. The indictment has not been amended to include any children. So at this point, I don't even know why we got to keep hearing this stuff. But since they talking and it's gossip, I guess we got to get into this, okay? So this is the Jane Doe person that we believe, and I'm saying believe because I do not know. Anybody with lawyers, do not come over here. We ain't got nothing for you. I mean, Nathaniel, Nata for you. I'm saying I believe. The other people believe it. I believe too that this is Daphne Joy, but we have no proof that it's her. But when we start getting into some of the things she's saying, it's kind of evident that, yeah, this is more likely than not, Miss Daphne Joy. Okay? Bing. So, before questioning, the judge, Lord, Arun Subramanian made several major decisions. The judge denied the defense motion for a mistrial, and he denied the prosecution motion to recall expert witness that already testified. So he told the U.S. attorney, no, you can't bring your expert witness back. And he told the defense team, no, you can't get no mistrial. Okay? Then Terry Garagos begins cross-examination of Jane Doe about the time she actually met with Diddy's defense team. So apparently she done met with the defense team, with Puffy defense team. Jane admits that she stopped meeting with the team in April. So just a couple months ago. She says she believes her attorney is still representing her well, despite being paid by Diddy. So the lawyer that she has that represents her, Diddy paying for her lawyer currently. She has not spoken to or seen Diddy prior to the trial since his September arrest. So she was around up until he got picked up in September. Okay, just pay attention to what's going on. Garagos asked Jane if she regretted a lot of the choices she made during her relationship with Diddy. Jane said, I resent him for leading me to the lifestyle he led me to. The man asked her, did she regret her choices? She said she resent him. What about your choices, girl? She said, I resent him for leading me to the lifestyle he led me to. When questioned about whether or not she willingly made these decisions, she said, my choices were made under a lot of emotional pressure. So basically, at this point, she was refusing to answer the question. She refused to answer if she regretted any of her choices. They moved on. He asked her whether she willingly made the decisions. She refused to answer that. She just said it was made under emotional pressure. What is emotional pressure? You made the choice willingly. Whatever he was going to withhold, if you didn't do that, you were not willing to let that thing go. So you willingly made a choice. Okay. Jane said she loved to. Now, this is where I was sitting here like, okay, is it crack, baby? Y'all, this was the point where I said, is it crack? Is it crack? Right, Queena, refusing to take accountability. Wait till y'all hear this. Jane said she loved to nurture Diddy after the hotel nights. Let's stop there. I'm going to keep reading. I promise you I'm going to keep reading. Yeah. But she said she loved to nurture him after the hotel nights. So the hotel nights, for those of y'all who've been somewhere sleeping and hiding and not listening to any of this, was when he did the live SEX shows and watched them hunch different men, various men. So after the hotel nights where she doing all the hunching and all he doing is watching and touching on himself with his little weird, creepy self, she liked to nurture him after she done did all that. You done bent over backwards, booted up, popped the split, coochie popping on a handstand, you doing the James Brown, the Michael Jackson, and the Drew Hill. You done did it all. Now you nurturing him after the fact. Kalisha say maybe it's meth, maybe so. Yeah, Nina GZ, she said she liked to nurture Diddy after the hotel nights. This don't sound like a hostage. These girls, Lord, these women. She liked to nurture him after the hotel night. She said, listen, y'all, he was my baby. Jesus is on the main line. Tell him what you want. Call him up and tell him. Okay, he was my baby, she said. Jane said she would bathe him, give him foot massages, and feed him. I'm going to read that again because I want to make sure y'all hear this. She said he was my baby. She said she would bathe him, give him foot massages, and feed him. She said she put on Dateline, his favorite show, and they would watch it till he fell asleep. Talking about he was her baby. So that's what you do for a baby. You do live sex shows for him, and then after you done been battered, bruised, and poked in every hole you own, you come rub his feet, feed him, give him a bath. Nigga, excuse me, I'm sorry. Heifer, you the one need a bath. Hey. You see how she done pissed me off? I ain't even got to the rest of it. I done got pissed off already. He knew who to pick. You ain't noticed they look alike. He knew who to pick. He knew who he could get to do that. This heifer said, after she done been poked in every orifice she got, she gonna give him a bath. Hey. She gave him a bath, rubbed his feet, fed him, and turned on Dateline and watch it with him till he fell asleep. Rochelle say, not the Michael Jackson and the James Brown. Yes. I agree, Siobhan. It took them over the edge, and he went to publicly adoring a fully black Carisha. That's what it was. Yep, she need a baptism. Take me to the water. That's what they need to do. Jastar say she must have been strung out too, because Puff had them girls coochie working 40-hour shifts, and then she go bathe him. I want y'all to just let that sink in. This woman is in her mid to late 30s. She knew darn well what she was doing. And you calling this old Negro your baby. Lord, not soak her crotch in vinegar. Well, you know what? Since 58, 50 Cent had called her you little sex worker. He's so gross. But he sure said that better. So I thought the bottom B had to make the other girls perform and earn, but that was Cassie, apparently not her. How to survive girlfriend experience gonna get you that. What in the Iceberg Slim is this? I don't know. But shout out to you for the Iceberg Slim reference. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you, Auntie Kim. Mad too, sis. I'm just like, I ain't never worked that hard in my life. That's too much. I don't think there's a water holy enough to wash away them sins. Yes, it is. Don't you bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. Let me tell you something. There is a fountain filled with blood drawn from Emmanuel's veins. I don't care how dirty you are. I don't know who need to hear this. Y'all know we clown cut the food, talk trash, we drag, we roast, and all that. But what we don't play about is the Lord. We love him over here. And we glad he love us because we don't always act right. But I promise you, I don't care how dirty you are, that blood will clean you. Hey, Tamara Allen, welcome, girl. Y'all welcome Tamara Allen to the chat. Spam the chat with welcome. Tamara say, if that is Daphne, she did that to get back at 50, and also 50 may take that baby. It sounds like he need to, and y'all don't know. Y'all know I don't say that often, but welcome, Tamara. Let me put welcome in the chat for you, baby. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please come again. I don't say that lightly because I very seldom feel like a man should take a woman's child, but She don't make good decisions. And as we keep reading, y'all gonna see she ain't right in the head. She ain't right in the head. No. So listen. In regards to the hotel nights, Jane said, I felt that my partner was trusting me in a very vulnerable moment. Well, so he made me believe that this was something really special. That was something only he and I did. And I really took that on very strongly. So all he had to tell you that it was something special between y'all and you was down. That don't sound like extortion. That don't sound like kidnapping. That don't sound like what you call it? No, nothing. This don't sound like nothing that was against your will. All he did was lie to you. Men lie every day. That's why y'all ain't supposed to believe them. Y'all the ones going around here believing men. Your mama ain't taught you don't believe nothing a man say. Listen, y'all, I'm being for real. I'm trying to figure out how some of these women, how did your mom let you out the house? How did you get off the porch? DS say her cornbread is not done in the middle. Yeah, her cornbread definitely ain't done in the middle. Talking about, I thought this was something special between us. Hell, for how it's going to be between y'all and he bringing in the third fleet to hunt you. He would say, so it's cool because she thought she was the only sex worker. There you go. That's why she was in there trying to act like she was reenacting scenes from the life of a geisha. Your grandma told you? Yeah, my mama them told me too. You don't believe nothing no man say. Now you in court acting like you was a victim because you dumb enough to believe men when they talk. Who told you to do that? Silly self. So hold on. She said, as time went on, it was very conflicting for me internally. How much time had to go on before you had a conflict with multiple penises entering you on the humbug? Never mind. Let me mind my business. As time went on, it was very conflicting for me internally because I'm breaking all of my own boundaries just to make him feel loved. Yeah, because you stupid. Jane said, sex with Diddy, regardless of an additional person joining them, typically involve role play. She said Diddy would offer her ecstasy and direct her. And she said some role play scenes she's played into a cheating fantasy. Okay, well, I don't care what the fantasy is. Why are we hearing about these weirdos fantasies? Okay. She said a scene she played with him would go like this. Sean would leave town and I'm home alone with me and whomever. And I'm sneaking in this entertainer. And it's just me and this entertainer fantasy talking about Sean is on a plane and I couldn't wait to get this person pretending to be an entertainer all alone. Jane testified that at times Diddy uplifted her. Listen to this. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, this is where the gossip start to get good. I want y'all to hold your ears. Hold your ears. Freedom 557. Hey, boo. Welcome. Y'all welcome, Freedom. This is where the gossip starts to get good because you ain't ready. Y'all, when I say y'all ain't ready, you ain't ready, honey. You ain't ready. If you ain't read it already, you ain't ready. She said, at times, Diddy uplifted her. She said he invested $20,000 in her clothing line. She said she felt she only made 10% of what she could have earned during her relationship with Diddy. She also testified that she got $4,700 from her child support. Now, I know when 50 Cent heard that child support amount, I know his heart fell to his booty hole because he know how much he paying that girl. But the part that's tickling me before we go another further is the $20,000 invested in her business. How a man with billions gave you $20,000 and you call that upliftment? Make that make sense. I'm confused. Tamara Allen, thank you for the super chat, girl. Say the reason why she wasn't getting paid was because she was 50X girl and it was a way to get back at 50. I agree. And thank you for the super chat, sis. We appreciate you. Love and kisses. Okay. Right, Jai. 20K from a mogul. Poor Tink Tink. Did she not know that was a drop in the bucket? Okay. I got that from a regular working man. You better say it again, because I ain't never messed with no millionaire. I done picked up 20K on the humbug. Come on now. And I ain't nobody preference. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't nobody preference. We sure appreciate you. That's what's up. Thank you, sis. Yeah, that's hustling backwards for real. So you doing all that and you call $20,000 upliftment, and this is after you done had the hunch, the Seventh Fleet, bathe this Negro, rub his feet, feed him, and watch Dateline. Girl, watching Dateline alone, you'd have gave me 20K to watch Dateline. Fooling with me. Dumb as hell, he a billionaire, and she think 20K is a flex. That's what she said, girl. Listen, it gets worse. Just listen, walk with me, and it's gonna get worse. An audio of Jane expressing her happiness with a trip they took was played to the jury. She happy for trips and $20,000. Lord have mercy. On the audio, Jane said, "Everything just feels good. I'm so happy." Jane said she was speaking about the trip and time spent with Diddy, excluding the escorts. Lord have mercy. Jane said at first she didn't mind Diddy's polyamorous dating when they were getting to know one another, but when she fell for him, she wanted him to herself. Now we got to stop right there, because see, I feel like that applied to quite a few people. Hey, Anna, yep, she needed an exorcism. She needed deliverance. I don't believe in the exorcism too much, but she needed a deliverance. She needed Bishop now to come through with that blessed oil and them prayer claws. 20K got my stomach in knots. I want to shake the fool out of girl. That's gonna be a lot of shaking, girl. I think the fool done got in her bone marrow. But let's talk about this part. Right, how you start is how you finish. Say it again, because see, I raised you right. You got sense. You know that how you start is how you finish. So that means if she started going with this man, and this is for anybody listening, if you've been in the spot, now I'm not saying you somewhere letting the man turn you into a piñata or some Swiss cheese, got everybody poking you. But if you ever been in a situation where you dealing with a man and you're accepting him dating you and multiple people, understand that that's what he gonna keep doing. That's what he gonna keep doing. It's not gonna matter that you caught feelings. He gonna tell you to get a shot for that, or take some penicillin and see if it go away. You catching feelings is not gonna change what you agreed to, because see, whatever you agree to, ladies, with these men, you teaching him how to treat you. Whatever you agree to is what you're teaching him is acceptable. So now she telling us she accepted this. She showed him that she was okay with this. She was willing to go all out, hunt 11,000 people and on video for him, rub his feet and bathe him afterwards and feed him like he was the one doing the work, all while he dated other people, and it was okay. And then once she caught feelings, then she wanted him to change the way he felt. And them men don't change. Don't y'all ever accept anything unless that's what you want, because whatever you accept, that's what they're gonna keep giving you. Now I'm just telling you, in case your mama didn't. I'm telling you. Auntie Kim said we need to do a better job of raising our daughters and granddaughters. This is a shame. Okay, Kim, the only thing make me feel better is she ain't one of ours. But I know some of our girls just that goofy, go messing with men that tell you I don't want no wife, and then before you know it, you laying up screwing this Negro for years. And like, where the ring at? It ain't coming, because he told you up front he didn't want no wife. You were supposed to keep on moving till you found somebody that wanted the same thing in life you wanted. But women go accepting stuff that they don't really want because they think, well, you know, I'm not going to get the man. Well, baby, you shouldn't want the man that don't want the same thing you want. Wait till you find the person that got the same goals as you. Listen. That's why she was doing all this stupid backwards gutter butt stuff, because she thought she was going to convince him to change. They don't change. DS say, while she's smelling like perch, she dare to bathe him. DS, this is why you are in charge of the reflection corner. You don't have good sense. You don't have good sense. I love you, but go in there and make sure the chair's straight, because I feel like the reflection corner is going to be full by the time we finish reading what this girl said. Tamara said, at least Carisha got a dang show in $100K a month. Come on, girl. Listen, that's a Florida girl. She wasn't finna play with y'all. We raise our girls to get the money. We teach them that early. Get the money. So he wasn't finna get off like that on Risha. Okay, so listen to this. Y'all ready for this one? Jane Doe said the relationship became difficult when he started dating Young Miami. Stop right there. I didn't sign up to date a man that was in a public relationship. Didn't I tell y'all months back? Didn't I tell y'all months back Carisha was the problem? Didn't I tell y'all way back that the only reason Cassie spun the block and said, give me some money or I'm going to sue you, was because she saw him taking care of Carisha? She saw him jumping through hoops for Carisha. She saw him making moon eyes and cow eyes and lost puppy dog eyes at Carisha, claiming Carisha in public. That's my shouty wop. Checking academics about Carisha. Carisha all at the birthday party. Carisha all at the Met Gala. Carisha all in Paris taking pictures with him hanging off the balcony and stuff. Carisha everywhere. Carisha with a show. Carisha with a this. Carisha with a that. Got everybody arguing and trying to figure out how big her allowance was. Some said it was $100K. Some said it was $200K. Some said it was $250K. Whatever it was, it had them girls shook. It had them shook. Yes, Belicious made them mad. I told y'all. Told y'all that's what this was about. That's what it was all about. Told y'all. Ain't nobody want to believe me, but I told y'all. Yep, she slept with him and he was married. Yeah, Cassie was jealous as well. I don't know who was married, because Puffy ain't never been married. Freedom say, I've been saying that from the beginning, Cassie sued because of Carisha. This was all about Carisha. That's what this was about. Carisha was all up in the video. Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. In Suge Knight voice, all in the video. Yep, the shopping sprees at Chanel. Oh, he just lavishing stuff on Carisha. Meanwhile, she was happy to get $20,000 and to be able to tag along on the trip that he was gonna go on anyway. Told y'all. Oh, I get what y'all saying. She went back and hunched him after she was already married to that clear boy. Yep, she did. Nasty self. But he was a hostage. Thank you, boo. Forgive me. My brain didn't catch what you were saying. Yep, but you're right. You sure right. So she said it got difficult after he was with Carisha, honey, because it was public and he was loving on that black woman out loud. Oh, yes. This is funny. And see, I'm going to say this. A lot of people ain't want to admit to it, but a lot of people was bothered watching him spend money on that black girl. They saw him spend money on them girls that wasn't black and they were fine. And I'm talking about black folks included. See, they were so bothered because they was told, I'm elevated. I'm above black women. I'm the preference, I'm not like y'all. My hair is straight. It points to the ground. And my skin is pale and I'm recessive. So I'm above them. Like I have proximity to whiteness. Like, whatever do you mean? I'm the trophy. I mean, I'm the one who will rub your feet and bathe you and feed you after you turn me into a whole cornucopia star. And I'm the preference. See, I'm doing all this to prove that I'm better than, and you turn around and you up here elevating this black woman in front of me. These are the women that we've been told that we guaranteed to be better than them. And Puffy went messing with their view of reality. He messed with their sense of normalcy. And so now here we are. Because y'all remember Cassie said that she was done after he's called Kim the love of his life. Like, how dare you? Not the black lady. Yeah, the black lady. And now here come another black lady. Yeah. Auntie Kim said, man will act right for the right one. That's right. Or in Diddy case, act better. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Because a man only do what you let him do. That same man that'll act a fool with that lady, he'll meet this lady and never try it because he'll just know that this one ain't going to do that. I can only go this far with this one. That's what happens. Ishel said, and I don't think he was putting the hands in Paul. No, not on that, that gal out of Dade County. He wasn't putting no hands on her. I heard she has a brother who was moving a lot of pharmaceuticals. Yeah, I mean, y'all know that dope is part of Florida culture. I ain't gonna judge them for that. Half my cousins either in jail now or currently selling. I won't say half, but a good number of them. Jack said, yeah, the racially ambiguous girls think they should get the best and the most. They was big mad. Yes. Yep, the black community was jealous. They done called that girl everything but a child of God for getting paid. But they was perfectly fine with these other ones. And this one here was so poor. And let me tell y'all something else about this one before we read the next little piece of what she said. The mutts get mudded out. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Tamara say, truth be told, Carisha was the Diddy in girl form and he loved it. That's right. Say it, Tamara. Remember YM said she would have Diddy make that girl eat her cat. She said that. Said that. Hey, Brown Style, how you doing? Said that exactly with don't believe Cassie and those girls were victims. Why spin the block after all that? Right. I'm telling this was about that black girl. I've been telling y'all that. I believe they mad because Carisha has self-esteem they lack. No, they mad because her skin black. It's her black skin that's disturbing their spirit. Yeah, they was all right together. They didn't bother me because they both grown. She knew what it was. He knew what it was. To me, with their situation, it looked like wasn't nobody lying to nobody. They knew exactly what they was dealing with. But what Sis said about her being the girl Puff, I don't think she was quite that. But I know one thing. If somebody has got pimp in them, and we could tell from the stuff that he had pimp in him. And I think when he saw that she had that much, pimp in her, he thought he found it attractive. It'd be like that. It'd be like that. I'm gonna just be quiet, but it'd be like that. Game recognize game, and sometimes when game see a female, a girl, a lady with that type of game and that type of grit, they be turned on and they get addicted. Yes, and I was very happy to see Carisha spending that money. I love to see black girls spend money. Listen, if there was a TV show and all it showed was pretty black girls shopping and swiping cards, I would watch it all day. I love to see pretty black girls spend money. It just makes me happy. That is just, that's therapy. Tamara says she was telling them girls what to do and he loved it. I don't think she was telling them what to do. I think that was her letting Gina know, don't get spiffy, because he done already told me the stuff he make y'all do. I don't think she had nothing to do with that. Because ain't none of them women been able to say, oh, Carisha was in the room while he made us do whatever. I think it's the fact of her letting them know, don't get spiffy with me, because he tells me everything that he makes y'all do. That's what that was. And a lot of people ain't peep games, so they be on like, oh, Carisha was part of it. No, she wasn't. She was just the girl that she was a pimptress. He smelled the pimp on her, and it was mutual respect. And he was sitting down telling her the stories about everything he made them hoes do. So by the time one of them went to barking and snapping, she like, girl, shut up. Because matter of fact, he showed me your tape. I know what you did. I know everything he made you do. Yep, Diddy told all the business. That's why them chicks was bothered. They knew what it was. Gina got real quiet after Carisha called her that online. Yeah, she got quiet because I'm gonna tell you, Gina knew Carisha wasn't in that room. And Gina knew if Carisha could say that, it's because Puffy had done told everything he made her do. She knew. That's why she shut the hell up. Nina say all them years invested and Cuda Miles, and Carisha walked in and stole the bottom beef, the title position, and that kept the preferences awake at night, apparently. Let's get back to the stupidness she said, because y'all, that ain't all. Listen, then she said she realized he was a drug addict early on. She described an instance where Diddy's hands would be shaking and his eyes and teeth would change colors. I ain't never seen nobody teeth change colors. They either one color or another now. She said his eyes and teeth change color, and she suggested he go to a rehab clinic in Thailand. Jane says as the relationship progressed, she noticed a very strong pattern, but did not want to label Diddy a drug addict, but rather a big party guy. Yeah, because you want to, justify staying with a dope head that was making you do live SEX shows. Jane testified, get this, that she was okay with being filmed during the hotel nights. Now, y'all got to hear this. Tune in. She was okay being filmed during the hotel nights, y'all. The lawyer said, you put on a good show for him in these videos because you knew he would watch them back. She said yes. She said she put on a good show for him, Cunny, because she knew he was going to watch it back. That's how dumb she was. Then Jane said she wondered why Diddy was turned on by seeing her hunching on another man. She said she thought maybe he was interested in bisexuality, but was too scared to do that act by himself and use the hotel nights as an alternative option. So, yeah, she was goofy. She was goofy. Yep, by saying Thailand, it revealed who was on the stand. And see, when she was first up there, I think had mentioned about that she was going with another rapper. I'm like, yeah, this definitely, in my opinion, is Daphne Joy. Yep, that's what it's giving. I don't know what she was doing. If she was trying to embarrass him, she did a piss poor job, because I'm embarrassed for her. I got strong secondhand embarrassment that you let this man make you do live cornucopia shows. We can't say PORN. Live cornucopia shows. And you got $20K for your business. And you thought that was upliftment. He was uplifting you with $20K. And he's a billionaire. And you doing live shows. And playing well to the camera. Okay. Got it. Jane said ecstasy helped Diddy's moves. She said before the X, Diddy would be agitated and stressed. But after taking it, he would be happy, charismatic, with good energy. Jane testified that she believed Christina Corman's opinion of her influenced how Diddy treated her. I don't know who the hell that is. But y'all, that's what this right here, everything we just went through, I feel like this is why 50 Cent got such a problem with Puffy. Now, number one, this the one everybody called a poor lady, the broke lady, because she don't really have money like that, okay? She's not Sierra, which 50 used to go with. 50 went and got this little broke girl, and then after he left her, you know what I'm saying, she got getting her child support, but then she over there with Diddy, and so this his baby mama, and so Puff paying $10,000 a month for this lady apartment for her rent. So for $10,000 a month in rent, $20K one time for her business, and she got to tag along for some trips, that little bit of nothing, and he could get your baby mama to do all this. Your baby mama was over there doing live cornucopia shows. The woman that pushed out your son that you put on your hip was doing live cornucopia shows. And after she finished, instead of washing her own tail, she went and washed Diddy. She walked around soggy and went and bathed him. That's why 50 Cent got a problem with Diddy. Puffy stepped on his ego bad. Child, not your baby mama doing all this stuff. Quiet Storm say, all I'm hearing is I was willing to do whatever because I thought he wanted me to do. I was willing to do whatever I thought he wanted me to do so I could get his money. She wasn't even trying to really get the money. That fool was happy for $20,000. $20,000. I'd have gave him a good old Florida cussing. If he'd have asked me to do all that dirt and gutter butt stuff for 20 racks and $10K in rent, you out your mind. Girl, I'd have set him up, had my cousin them rob him or something. You crazy. Not the candy got red dye 30. What is y'all talking about? I done missed something. Hey, Brandon, how you doing, nephew? Say 50 been calling him out for years like he's never seen it for Diddy before the scandal broke. Yeah, he saw it before. He did that before the scandal broke. But Daphne Joy is not just getting there. Like Daphne, like her other testimony talked about how long she had been in the picture. Mm-hmm. And see, part of him making comments about Diddy, oh, he tried to take me shopping. For all we know, that might be why Diddy went and grabbed his baby mama. And then after Diddy got your baby mama and she doing all this stuff. Oh, 50 had done heard. 50 had done heard. Because see, Puffy ain't quiet. Puffy talks. That's how you think Carisha knew all Gina business. Puffy be talking. 50 got word. And plus, everybody know how nasty he is. And everybody knew the kind of stuff he was, into and stuff. And he knew if his baby mama was over there and Puff was paying her little $10K a month rent, he knew what she was doing. That's why he just was obsessed, because he went from making comments here and there. And I think we could all tell when it went from little comments, a joke here and there, to he started acting like he was obsessed. Yes, girl, soggy. She walking around soggy, but she made sure she bathed him after she done the hunching. Just say, I believe Daphne was the one who also admitted that she actually enjoyed. I think Cassie did too. I think she admitted that she had, maybe not on the stand, but on that text message, she said she was talking about she was ready for one or something. Them women nasty. Brandon say, but the mother of his child, oh, Diddy, is beyond savage for that. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just start say Puff was pillow talking like a mug. He was telling their business. Mm-hmm. Yep. Hold on. Because we got to go grab Sherry Shepherd. But yeah, I just felt like we had to get into that gossip just a little bit. Like we'd have been wrong not to get into it a little bit. Hold on. Because we got to grab her real quick. Because she went and did an interview. I think she was on the radio. Let me see what this hooker was. Because y'all know I don't like her either. Yeah, it was Breakfast Club. She was on the Breakfast Club. So we're going to listen to her still try to sell us this bull crap about why she was targeting Megan about her clothes and how performative and fake she was about it. Yeah, well, he hit Diddy where it hurt the most, or did Diddy hit him where it hurt the most? Because 50 wasn't going with his baby mama. Puffy was going with his baby mama. I'm just saying. He shouldn't have had his baby mama begging and scratching for money. Well, he met her broke. And let's talk about that real quick before we get to Sherry and her inverted triangle shape. First of all, this the one they keep calling the broke lady. And we got to talk about where we are versus what we're asking for. Okay? I think this is a good moment to talk about reality and realistic expectations. Okay? Let's talk about who was done dirty and how it happened. If you look at Cassie, you didn't have nothing. You was going with Ryan Leslie, who was also a grown man. When you met Puffy, you didn't have nothing. You wanted to be a star. So she walked into that situation wanting something from him, needing something from him. You had nothing of your own. So it's easier for a man to lead you around by the nose when you don't have nothing and you're expecting him for your everything. That's one. When you get to Gina Wynn, who the hell is she? You ain't got no name recognition. You literally, this man can't just walk up and feed you because who are you? Then we get to Daphne Joy. Who are you? You the pole lady. This the lady, that broke lady, the pole lady, the one, this what y'all call her. I wouldn't call her that or whatever, but I've never identified anybody as the pole lady. Like I crack a joke, but it's crazy. But anyway, she ain't have nothing. You went and got with 50 Cent. And y'all know 50 Cent is petty, feminine, reactionary, and emotional. So once they wasn't together, he ain't giving her that much in child support. After the first baby mama messed up, the one he had put in the house and was giving her money and stuff. And then you remember she had moved a new man in the house, and he was like, yeah, no, that ain't gonna work. 50 is being extra, so he's not finna give you no whole lot, and that's just that. Then when you run up on Puff, or Puff run up on you, which is likely what happened, he's only gonna give you crumbs because he know, number one, you don't have anything. You're not anybody. You ain't used to nothing. So him paying $10K a month for rent, he know you're gonna be grateful, or you should be, because you don't have anything. Then when you look at a situation with Carisha, she already got a brand, already got a name for herself, already making her money. He wasn't gonna dare offer that girl no $10,000 for no rent. Wasn't gonna happen. He had to offer her something that was going to be impressive or considered a gesture based on the level that she's at. So if somebody already got a brand, already got a name, he can't dangle, oh, I'm going to give you a music career. She already got that. Whether it's good, bad, past, present, whatever, she already got that. You can't dangle something she got. He can't say, well, I'm going to give you 10,000. She got that already. He can't say, well, I'm going to take you on a trip. She got that. Plus, there's people that have flew her out because she's Carisha Brownlee and she's gorgeous. And these men ready to sell their left leg and right testicle to flew her out. So he had to elevate what he was willing to do in order to have this girl with him. He felt like it was a good look. That's why I said from the beginning, it was mutually beneficial. It helped him, not reinvent himself, but, get himself back in front of the cameras. And it helps her to get in front of the cameras and have people see her differently or whatever. So I said all that to say this before we go to Sherry Shepherd and her inverted triangle. Ladies, take good care of yourselves. Don't walk around here presenting yourself as broke, busted, disgusted, and desperate, because then even somebody who can do more for you, if they ain't no good, they're going to do the bare minimum and feel like you should be grateful because you didn't have nothing when they met you. That's all I'm saying. I ain't stepping on no toes. I'm just saying. Just saying. So let's share the screen. Let's get to Sherry with her fake self. She's so fake and I can't stand her. Okay. So let's get into it. Y'all turn your sound up. Let's listen to this trifling, lying, manipulative heifer.
Meg Thee Stallion on the carpet and her being, nude or whatever you called her, right? And people respond to that. And when that happens,
I was ready for that. When I said that about Meg, I was ready for the backlash. But I'm a mother. I'm a woman. I mentor girls, and I just go, at some point, we have a responsibility. We have to speak up. And I love Meg Thee Stallion. I love it. But I think that women are going too far. And sometimes we forget that there are people who are watching us and they can't do what we do. They don't have security. They can't walk around and say, I want to do the same thing. Mm-hmm. So we are our brother's keeper. To whom much is given, much is required. So I knew I was going
to. And let's stop her right there with a lying self. Okay, first of all, Sherry, who you a mother to? That child that your husband cheated on you and brought home and you adopted, and now he got you paying child support for this baby that he went and got in the street on you? Is that the child you saying you a mother to? And the last I heard, didn't you walk off on that child, or you don't went and got another one? I have all these questions. That's number one. Number two, since when have celebrities not worn revealing clothing? Do not make me pull up Cher's old outfits. Do not make me pull up Aretha Franklin's outfits that was see-through and you could see her nipples. Do not make me pull up Josephine Baker's outfits. They've always done that. Okay, Tracy says she got a son, right? So even better, what does your son have to do with you trying to police young Black women's bodies in entertainment and their clothing choices in entertainment? See, that's what I don't like, is that fake stuff. That's what I don't like, is that fake stuff. from the first marriage. Okay, bet. This that fake stuff. That is not why you singled her out to talk about her outfit and other people can't do what they do. First of all, other people can't afford them outfits, so it's nothing to worry about. That's number one. Number two, people been hoochies. Megan ain't finna influence nobody to be no hoochies. Now, some of us, we old now, so we put on clothes. Thank you, Jesus. Because if we go around naked, we're going to scare the children and all the villagers. But let's not pretend like our generation, we were not there being hoochie mamas too, because we were. Well, maybe she wasn't, because I feel she been shaped like that her whole life. Lady Rita said, I thought she gave her child to the ex-husband. They say from her first marriage, she got a son. That's the second marriage. Brandon said Aretha was wearing clothes like that even in the 70s. Yeah, in her 70s. In her older years, she was, a little risque. But when she was young, her stuff, I saw her on one show where she was performing, and it was like a crochet outfit. It was completely see-through. There were no pasties over the nipples. It was raw nipple action. Okay? Evie say just jealous and pretending it's coming from love to get off. Right. This ain't chastisement. This ain't love. This ain't nothing but hate. And ain't nothing worse than an old heifer who ain't never been that girl, and you still hating on these young women. Let them young women be young women. What the hell is wrong with you? What's wrong with you? I can't stand her. But let me let her finish line. Because this the last person of the day.
It's going to backlash. They told me, you're going to get. And I said, but no, I got to stand up. I got this platform, and it's really important that I say it. And if you listen to the context of what I said, I did love everything. People look at you because you have a degree. You went and graduated.
Meg Thee Stallion on the carpet and her being,
Get this. And she's like, you have a degree, you graduated. So see, you want to hype up her academic accolades, but you want her to tone down her sex appeal. You want her to tone down her desirability because that's what makes you uncomfortable. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. And now you hiding behind age. Sherry, show us your pictures from college. Show it to us. That's a young girl. That girl is in her 20s. Leave that girl alone. Leave that girl alone. Don't hide behind your age. This ain't coming from no place of love. No, it's not. And you're not saving yourself by height, but you got a degree. You went to college. That's great. And guess what? Girls can have a degree. Girls can go to college and they can still be sexual creatures. They can still show their bodies. They can still be free to dress however they choose without you policing them, because their desirability makes you uncomfortable, because their attractiveness triggers you. Stop being triggered, Sherry, and go get some therapy. She's so phony. I swear I can't stand her. She too phony. Show us your college pictures, girl. Show them to us. Talking about it's going too far. Girl, we was hoochies. We was the girls originally at Freaknik. I was set. These children don't even have Freaknik and BCR and Daytona and Jones Beach. And the Brown Sugar and the Goon Bay and the Pack Jam. We was at all that stuff with barely a stitch of clothes on. Now she trying to pretend like it's some new thing and I got to speak up to say the children, girl, listen. It was us dancing to Uncle Luke. It was us. Them children weren't born yet. We hadn't had them yet. Now she up here hiding behind age, trying to police attractive women because she's triggered. Go get therapy, Sherry. I'm telling y'all, I don't like her. Let's let her keep lying.
You didn't just let it go. So you inspired girls to want to go to college, but also over here, you inspire girls to want to do this. And I named other women who.
So what's wrong with that, Sherry? What is wrong with her inspiring girls who feel like, I want to be carefree. I want to show my body. I want to celebrate how good I look. I want to work out. And I hate that she's leaving out all of the things that young woman is inspiring young women to do. Talk about their mental health, enjoy themselves, not hide their sexuality and end up getting in all type of trouble because you pretending to be, holy Wenja in public, but in the secret, you sneaking people in the window and stuff. And she's saying it like it's something bad. Like, oh, you inspired them to go to school, but you inspiring them to show their bodies. Yes. So you can be more triggered, Sherry. The girls are allowed to be multidimensional. The girls are allowed to have more than one side. The girls are allowed to be whole people. And they should be allowed to present themselves to the world in any way that they choose. People like her make me sick. You are so disgusting. You are so disgusting. Her vibe gives me, you've been unattractive your whole life. You've been unattractive your whole life. There's never been a moment where you look like anything. You've always looked just like this. She's giving me, you look like somebody's grandma in 11th grade. You're also influencing them to do this. So, right. Why she not mentioning, oh yeah, and you're also inspiring them to open up their own franchises of food restaurants. Why you not mentioning that? Like, oh, you went to college, so that's what you need to push. No, she needs to be a whole person without you trying to police her because you've been over here looking like the inside of somebody's stomach your whole life. Hold on. Let's let her finish.
Who do it too. Mm-hmm. So you know, you just got to be. I got this platform for a reason, and I know what it is, and I try to use it wisely.
Now, also, you've grown. So being that you've grown, like people should listen to their elders. What happened to that? We used to listen to the people that came before us.
Nah, they don't do that now. They don't do that now. So you didn't just let it go. So you inspired girls to want to go to college, but also over here you inspired.
So fake, so phony. So fake, so phony. So this little Ray Monte person, I'm not really getting into what he had to say because I don't really care what he had to say. I don't. But y'all know we got into that whole thing when she did it, right? And if y'all recall, we pointed out the hypocrisy at the moment, right? Which was the day that she talked about Megan, she had on a dress like button up to her neck, dressed like the first lady of the church, long sleeves, long all the way to the floor. And then she turned around after that and had Jonathan Majors on her show. And she's crying with him. And oh, he inspires her godson or her son or her, whoever the hell she said. And she's up here in something skin tight with a keyhole neckline showing all her cleavage, them old grandma titties and all that. Performative. She's fake and it's disgusting. And I'm tired of her. The fact that you on the radio still trying to perpetuate your manipulative bullcrap. Sherry, you are a disgustingly fake person and you're the worst kind of elder. And I'm saying that as an elder. You're the worst kind of elder. The worst, because instead of you talking about the things that are really a problem, because Megan Thee Stallion wearing haute couture that's edgy and shows a lot of skin, that's not a real problem for Black women. It's not. You know what is a real problem for our young Black women? Femicide. Why are you not using your platform to talk about the Black femicide rates? Why are you not talking about the dangers of violent Black men in our community? You didn't do that. Actually, what you did was sit up there and cry with one of the violent Black men in our community. That's what you did. But you got time to sit up and police and browbeat women because you want to control their ability to be desirable. See, that's why I said she's the worst kind of elder. Nothing from her comes from a genuine place. Nothing. It comes from the place of her own insecurity, her own weakness, her own envy, her own resentment, her own bitterness, and it does not come from love. There's 100 things that she could use her platform to address, and that ain't it. She ain't doing it. She ain't doing it. Why are you not talking about the fact that when Black women are harmed or hurt in our community, they're never the victims? Why are you not talking about the fact that our Black girls are never seen as innocent? Why are you not talking about that? Why are you not talking to them about how to make sure that their value and how they value themselves is respected? Why are you not talking to them about real stuff? You in here trying to police their clothing like you the head deaconess at the church. And then a couple shows later, you on there with Jonathan Major, skin tight with a keyhole, showing them old tied titties that went bad in the summer of 87. And now you on the radio trying to play like, oh, I'm so wholesome. You not wholesome. You was just homely. There's the difference. You wasn't wholesome. You was homely. And I wish she would tell the truth about that. I'm sick of her. Now, while I am sick of her, let me say this just for the record. I'm still not a fan of somebody like Ray Monte, some boy. I think he's homosexual, going to social media to talk about her attractiveness or unattractiveness. Like, that is not your place. Young man, you are not even attracted to women, and it is not your place to get into a conversation about black women in between black women, chastising anybody and, you know, making insults. Like, who the hell do you think you are? Please stay out of women's business, particularly black women's business. We can straighten her. We don't need your help. Even say women are full people, internalized patriarchy. Right. Yep. Listen, people like her are really hiding behind patriarchy. And what I mean by that, people like Sherry Shepherd are using patriarchal talking points to police other women, to dim them, to hamper them, to control them, to oppress them so that she doesn't feel like she's inferior. And I think that's even worse. That's even worse. This is somebody who's not only willing to participate in patriarchy, but you're hiding behind it and you're using it to try to oppress other women. And she's not the only one. A lot of people do it. But we talking about her today, you know. I like Sherry, but she gives pick me and male enabling syndrome. She does. And that's why I don't like her. I can understand you liking her, but she horribly offends me because of the same reasons you just said. She's offensive to me. Very offensive. Humanitarian activists say jumping all up and down, auditioning for the dungeon show, Sherry at Candy. Hey, sis, welcome. Welcome. Let me put my welcome in the chat. Please make sure you come back. I like how you think, and you right. Not jumping up and down, auditioning for the dungeon show. And then now all of a sudden she policing black girls and young black women about what they should wear and what they shouldn't wear to make her feel comfortable. Those girls have a right to express themselves. Let me tell y'all something. Okay. Ooh, humanitarian activists say we need to send this video to Funky Dineva because he always up in daughter and mother earth business. He is, and it's offensive too. But let's talk about this, right? So those of y'all who know me, y'all know I've been in fashion forever. I make the clothing. I'm everybody's fairy glamour. I can make you look good, and I enjoy doing it. And I love seeing ladies look pretty and be happy. It's like a whole moment when they feel pretty, and I love it. But let me say this. Fashion is art. Fashion is art. Fashion is the art that you put on your back. Fashion is art that allows you to express yourself, how you see yourself, how you want to be seen, how you feel on the inside often shows in your clothing choices, color choices, outfit styles, cut, all of those things. Even the fragrance that you choose a lot of times will coincide with the fashion choices, clothing choices that you make. It's just like if somebody is buying art to hang on their wall, they buy the art because it speaks to them. It makes them feel a certain way. And so that's why they bought that art. And fashion is no different. It is art that you walk around. Shout out to one of my favorite movies, The Devil Wears Prada. It is art that you live your life in. So with that being said, the policing of Black women, to me, and their fashion choices and how they express themselves with that particular form of art, to me, is personal, and it's personally offensive because other young women worldwide can express themselves with their fashion. And it's not this hyper policing of their bodies. It happens in schools. A little clear girl or a clear adjacent girl can wear an outfit. A Black girl will wear the exact same outfit, and she's called to the office and she's harassed and she's harangued and she's held up and rolled up because her body looks a certain way in it. And it's offensive to me because Black girls, even after they become adults, Megan's an adult. She's the age of majority. She's over 18. And still, we got to police what these girls put on, because you're not free to pick your outfits based on how you feel. If you feel like the mighty Aphrodite, or you feel like, you know, the birth of Venus on the inside, and you want to come out and express that because that's how you're feeling as a Black girl, you can't even do that in peace. Because you got men trying to police what you wear because they can't control themselves, because they want to act like primitive animals. And if they see your body, they can't control themselves and leave you the hell alone. You got other people that want to police what Black women wear and how they express themselves and how they show their bodies, because they're envious and, you know, you making us look bad. And we're going to say you're hypersexual because you're showing your body the same way I am, but it's your fault because your body look better naturally. Then we got old hookers like Sherry that hide behind the patriarchy and use patriarchal archetypes and talking points to oppress and shame and browbeat and manipulate these girls with talking points and angles of responsibility to community and other people and other young girls as an excuse to tell her you can't express yourself like any other person who has the coin to buy that designer piece. That is disgusting. Like, the idea that anybody thinks that's okay is insane to me. What is wrong with you? If that girl sees something and it's barely their fabric, but something about the way it flows, the way it feels when she puts it on, it makes her feel a certain way and she wants to wear it, baby, wear it. Wear it. The issue is not about what the girls choose to wear. You need to be using your platform to be telling other people that it's not important to control what they put on. It's important for the people around them to control themselves. No woman, Black or otherwise, no woman owes it to you to be controlled and to not have freedom or agency over her own body and choices because somebody else is going to get triggered. That is a you problem. That is not a woman's problem. That's not that woman's problem. That's a you problem. The fact that Sherry's trying to hide behind, oh, the community and other girls and shut up, ho. She does not owe it to you or any of the other fake thems and theys that you pulled out of your minuscule, oddly shaped behind to change the way she expresses herself, to make her feel like the best version of herself, to make you not feel triggered. Your triggers are a you problem. And that's for everybody. We said this Sunday, we was talking about Bang Bang Sleazy. Your triggers are a you problem. Your triggers are your responsibility. It is up to you to go and pay $200 or $300 an hour, sit on somebody's couch and get some tools to cope with what the hell ever is going on inside of you. You don't get to control how another person lives, shows up in the world, projects themselves, expresses themselves because it triggers you. If you that triggered, stay home. Don't watch TV. Turn the TV off. Turn the computer off. Stay off social media because you cannot control other people. And you shouldn't even want to. Like, that's sick. That's super sick to want to control other people because you got something going on with you. Fix you and stop trying to control other people to make them adapt to your sickness. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. I despise elders like her. And like I said, I'm saying that as an elder. I think it's disgusting. That is disgusting. Young women, wear what you want to wear. Make sure you're wearing it because it makes you feel good. Don't go dressing for what somebody tells you to wear. If you got a friend that's half naked and she trying to force you to do it, don't do nothing to fit in. Wear what makes you feel good. Wear whatever makes you feel like the best version of yourself. Be comfortable in your own skin. Be mindful of your safety. Make sure you have pepper spray, different devices. Make sure you're able to call 911. All the safety stuff. If you don't know all the safety stuff, grab my book. The link is in the description box. Little Girl, Big World. because we want you to be safe. There's all kind of safety tips, hacks, tricks, whatever. Be safe, but dress and express. You have a right to express yourself. Like the idea that, you know, everybody can express themselves, but Black women, oh no, you know, y'all not good enough. You're not allowed to express yourself because you need to be controlled by everybody else and their insecurities about how you look. But whatever. Oh, y'all like The Devil Wears Prada too? I love that movie. Lord, Rita say, yes, I'm snapping my fingers. I'm just keeping it real. Like, it's so disgusting. The way our young Black women are treated. I often say, this is one of the best times. Hey, DB, how you doing, nephew? This is one of the best times to be a young Black girl, but it's also, at the same time, one of the worst times. It's both. You shouldn't want to, you shouldn't want to control other people. But I say it's both one of the best times and one of the worst, because I can honestly say this is one of the first times since I've been in the world that we see Black women being celebrated in every complexion. Even though it's not perfect, we still have some people that have a lot of really antiquated, sick, you know, ideals and, you know, internalized stuff. Some of it is subconscious. Some of it, they're not even aware that they're doing it. It's just so internalized. And so ain't nothing perfect, but this is one of the first times I can honestly say that I see our dark-skinned sisters being celebrated, like not fetishized, but truly celebrated. People actually being able to see their beauty and not having to pretend they see it because of a fetish. Like, people are actually, like, they have more visibility, like genuine visibility. So that is awesome. It's good to see them celebrated. It's good to see them embraced. I grew up in a house where, like, we had 50 different complexions in the same house. I got a brother that's yellow as a lemon. I'm somewhere in the middle. I got a sister that took complexion after my father. She was extremely dark. So I said that to say, I saw what real colorism looks like. You know, now what we talk about is more or less microaggressions. You know, those of us who grew up 80s, 90s, y'all know what I'm talking about. We saw real colorism. We saw the real low down dirty of it. So it's exciting to me to see that part of how our girls get to grow up. I think it is wonderful that we have more people that are being vocal about our girls being mistreated and being, you know, and suffering the microaggressions, and people are pointing it out more and they're celebrating each other more. And I love all that. But then we have people like Sherry. And it reminds me that it's still one of the worst times, because even with all the progress, you still have people who will try to use the Black community's newfound racial consciousness as a means to still force the patriarchy on Black women. And I think it's you know, it's exciting, but it's still not cool, because we still got stuff like that going on. And I don't like it. But yeah, so that's what's happening. I think we done hit everything, our honorable mentions, our gossip, all of that. And we finna go, because we've been in here, y'all, 3 hours, 9 minutes, and 22 seconds. So y'all know what time it is. If you did not hit the like button on the way in, please make sure you hit the like button on that we go live on this good channel. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, because you know we are happy to have you here, okay? Hit your join button if you want to join channel membership and put a crown by your name. Hit the join button under the video or the membership link in the description box. Also in the description box, we have the link for my book, Little Girl, Big World, which is a survival guide for girls who are leaving home for the first time, or if you've been gone for a year or two and you still feel like you don't really have your legs under you, or if you got a girl out there, grab it. Make sure every little girl you know has a copy. Also, we have the link to our storefront so you can get your merchandise, get your crown gear, represent the royal family. We have the link to our Amazon storefront so we can all shop together for our own homes, and the link to my Amazon wish list in case you want to send some goodies, support of any kind, notebooks, pens, snacks, all that. I appreciate all support. I want to say a special thank you to the lovely Tamara Allen for supporting the stream. Okay. And everybody who's new, thank you for coming in. Thank you for participating. Thank you to everyone who hit the like button. Thank you to everybody who sent a bubble, sent up my bubbles. You know I love my bubbles. Thank you to everyone who talked in the chat, hung out with us. We appreciate you over here, okay? So listen, y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. As always, be positive, be productive, encourage others, make sure you encourage yourselves, and remember, in case no one else says it to you, God loves you, I love you, and it really ain't nothing you can do about it. Talk to you later. Bye.